Alright, we back. We back. Fuck YouTube. Straight up like that, man. Straight up like that, bro.
Fandome. I'm Chancellor Agard from Entertainment Weekly, and this is the Flash panel. Joining me today,
Fucking YouTube, man.
Grant Gustin, who plays the Scarlet Speedster himself, the Flash, aka Barry Allen. Candace Patton,
Fucking YouTube. Fuck YouTube, man.
Iris West Allen. Daniel Panabaker, who pulls double duty as
Fuck
both
YouTube.
Snow and
They
Frost.
fuck me, man. I hope that footage of me reacting to that shit was still there, man. But man, fuck YouTube. Seriously, man. Why shut down my stream? I have seen streams that have gone for fucking 10 hours. You got IGN doing Comic-Con streams for fucking the whole day, and you don't decide to take out their fake shit, but you want to take down me?
Also, we have showrunner and executive producer Eric Wallace. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Before we talk about season 7, I do want to go back through season 6.
So fuck them, man. Hopefully I can get my freaking viewers back. Apologize, guys. Freaking YouTube want to act like, oh, no.
In the first half with Bloodwork, we were able to really drill down on Barry's story and on dealing with Crisis.
So Jesus Christ, man.
We're able to really drill
Son of a
into
bitch.
Iris's
But anyways, we're back.
Citizen and Eva's story, and then we'll see at the top of season 7 how it all comes together.
And for the cast, especially the ones who've been here since season 1, in the moment, could you feel something different about the show and how it was structured?
I loved it. I was a big fan of it. I'm really glad that we got to, it gives the opportunity to really flesh out those villains a little bit more and not spread them out so much that you feel like you're sort of filling in episodes to get to the end.
Yeah, I think a show needs to change in order to grow.
As an actor too, it prevents fatigue throughout the season. 22 episodes is a long time, 9 months, and I think for us having this kind of break in the season where
what's up,
a
Apex?
new sort of storyline emerges,
what's up, Alfonso?
puts us in a headspace of,
damn, Alfonso, you still around my channel? What the fuck? What's been up, man?
The first half of the season was very much about
how you doing, man?
Walk up to Crisis and
hopefully you're doing good.
Mortality.
Make sure you like the stream. I was just streaming Fandome for like 6 hours. YouTube, after the Snyder Cut reaction, decides to just cut it. And I'm like, oh my god, are you serious?
Grant, for you, what was it like
so
to dig into Barry
hopefully we get the viewers back. The last stream did great.
Like the Last Temptation.
So this should lead us to the end of the second half of DC Fandome. So make sure you guys give this video a like, subscribe.
I just felt really lucky with all the material they gave me in The Last Temptation of Barry Allen.
And on the flip side, we dug a lot more into Iris as a journalist. For you,
look at
Candace,
YouTube,
what was
man.
it like to sort of explore that side of
they will
Iris
do some shit like
in more
that.
detail?
it was a long time coming. I think we've kind of teased Iris being this ace reporter since season 1. It's always kind of been put on the back burner, so it was a nice treat to finally.
But anyways, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna take a little break. I'll be right back.
Such a male-dominated cast. I love these guys, but having more women and having this kind of Charlie's Angels reporter team, it was really cool. It brought a new energy to the show, and I hope we carry on with that in the next season.
And on the subject of new things, I mean, this season we got 2 new characters with Chester and Kayla, and we have 2 now series regulars coming into season 7. How was your experience sort of coming into a show that's sort of 6 seasons in and sort of finding your way through it?
I was intimidated for sure. I knew these guys were a family and I was nervous. Danny was one of the first people that made me feel so welcome. Aww. We were shooting a scene and she just took me under her wing instantly. And I remember she was like, "Do you want to take a picture?" And I was like, "Do I want to take a picture with you?" Yes. And then I got the courage to like ask other people to take pictures because she had like made me feel so welcome instantly.
I was a big fan. I am a big fan of the show, and I watched the show. The Flash is my little sister's favorite superhero, so we've watched the show since season 1. So I came in already like understanding what the show was about, like what the show's tone was, stuff like that. For me, it was more so just meeting everybody and trying to find my spot and my place without interrupting or changing too much.
And Brandon, I know in the past, Eric has talked about how Chester, he views Chester, it's sort of like him, it's sort of enthusiasm about science and all that. I'm curious, 1, what conversations did you have with Eric about sort of crafting this performance as Chester? And 2, did you base any of it on Eric himself?
I remember the first day on set, I met Eric, and I remember him just telling me, this guy's brain works faster than his mouth. He can't speak as quickly as he thinks.
Hey, what up, party people? Welcome Welcome to a world where all are welcome and anything, including the scientifically impossible, can and probably will happen.
Kayla, with Allegra, I'm curious, coming into the show, I mean, how did you sort of connect with your character, and in what ways did you relate to her?
The way I look at Allegra is that she just wants to fit in and belong somewhere. And I just super resonate with that. Family is really important to me. My friendships are really important to me. And belonging to something or having a community is just really important to me. So that was one of the first things that I connected with Allegra. She just wants a family and she wants to belong, and she hasn't had that previously. And so I super resonate with her on that level.
For you, I guess
you're in the Flash family now.
Yeah.
Danielle, I mean, this season 6 was all about sort of Frost finding herself or finding a way to craft a life for herself. For you, what was it like to explore that journey with this character?
It was great. It was really fun to get to explore Killer Frost as a real character and a person and a human being with feelings and emotions, and not just necessarily this person who, pops up for a fight and then disappears and we don't really know her perspective on things. So it was really fun to get to dig in and flesh that out and have a little bit of fun with it. Like Candace was saying earlier, it's nice to have the variety after, 6 seasons and we're rapidly approaching 150 episodes.
On the subject of change, this season for Cecile, she sort of decides to become a meta attorney for metahumans. For you, what has it been like to see this character evolve?
All right, guys.
From when she was initially introduced to where she is now?
It's a blast for me because I got to be.
Fuck YouTube, man. Fuck YouTube in the fucking ass. They go kill themselves, man.
Now I am a meta attorney.
Fucking hate YouTube.
And then, from what I understand, there's gonna be some shifts next season too.
Is there something
they really
that
fuck with my stream
that you haven't gotten a chance to do on the show yet?
I have always, this is not news to anybody, Eric will not be surprised, I have wanted
tell me what you guys thought about the trailer, man.
Just a little bit bad. Forever? So just a little bit. Because she's so good. I would have a lot of fun.
Tell me what you guys thought about the Snyder Cut trailer.
Eric does not
Let's get this going.
As good of a writer as I am an actor. So he continues to not buy my pitches.
But I listen. I am listening.
And Carlos, I mean, this season 5 ended with him giving up his powers, and this season was very much about him figuring out what his role on the team was without those powers. After 5 seasons of Cisco's vibe, what was it like?
I did like the choice of music.
The Cisco in a new place
the,
like this.
The choice of music was pretty cool.
Decision, but I think it definitely.
But I am kind of disappointed with the whole
I'm actually feeling a lot.
How they're gonna what's it called?
These days
have
because,
like a series.
I'll have a fan.
Don't know too much about the whole Superman wearing the black suit throughout the entire movie.
But vibe though.
Not really my preferred choice.
I have to imagine Cisco's probably feeling very similar.
But that Snyder Cut trailer was good. I just liked it.
Kiss Kiss Breach Breach, which is Cisco centric.
It was more like a montage.
On the DVD set coming out in August is a black and white version of that episode, and we have a.
I don't know, man. I just don't feel like I've been getting enough DC treatment here. The love of DC, not DC, the love of Superman. Superman and this hasn't been loved too much. I mean, we got like 2 Batman panels and one just nothing with Superman. Picking Superman song.
Wow.
And it just like
Pretty cool, huh?
it just sucks, man. I just don't feel the love here, man. And I feel like they really are not giving me the Superman love, which is needed.
Gratifying to my budding narcissism.
And
on that note, we also have a reel for what's to come.
I guess remember was just shut down the stream for a bit.
When we last
was it Warner Bros or was it
Eva McCulloch had gotten what she wanted, and she
or was it just YouTube?
And
the dark sign design though. It's okay. The CGI is what is. It's whatever. It ain't nothing too crazy, but I really don't blame Snyder for that. I think he's dealing with a limit budget. Thank you guys, Stroh Productions and Ants, for coming back, man. Shout out to you guys. You guys are the real ones who know something was up and just came right back. Thank God thank God that at least the Snyder reaction was there. So yeah, man. Thank God that wasn't lost, because I've been dealing a lot this year of losing files, losing videos, recording videos and going straight to the dump. So yeah, He got Sasha's hands that, and just the design looks better. Facts. How do you guys feel about Superman just wearing that black suit almost like the entire movie?
Oh, frack.
There's a supersonic jet about to crash over the city.
And the Flash isn't fast enough to stop it.
Eva can move anywhere, through any mirror in the universe, in the blink of an eye. She's faster
Like
than somehow I'm supposed to
I don't know, man. Trailer look cool. They like the montage. It does feel like they play that Hallelujah because like the Snyder cut is here finally, and it's like Hallelujah. So I can kind of see it fits well with the trailer. And I think it was kind of emotional. I did like what they did with Victor
Team Flash needs as many hands on deck as possible.
Victor's dad more.
We're not Flash.
Hey, that you could tell right there. The emotion is gonna be more there. It's gonna be action's gonna be better. You can tell the quality of film is way better there. Not too much of a big fan of the aspect ratio, to be quite honest with you. I think it fits better for like something you want to watch in IMAX, but on your small screen, it's gonna be like you're gonna have the black bar, so that's gonna be disappointing.
What would have been the 20th episode of last season, which now
but it's still not my cup of tea when it comes to DC superheroes, man. It's just not the thing I look for in a DC movie. It's that dark coloring,
also we knew where we were going already in season.
I don't know if it's gonna have any type of like some type of
footage really from one episode.
This movie's gonna be more like comic booky instead of that Zack Snyder layer type story building that he loves to do.
And that sizzle had a lot of iris in it, a lot
and
of Mirrorverse. Candace, I mean, can you sort of
new stuff, but are we really excited for something that we know is not going to be as important in the future unless they do, if this does numbers, and if they end up doing like a, I don't know, like they won't just do Justice League 2, like a spin-off show of whatever Snyder could do, because I really do feel like this is just a one and done for Snyder. He's going in there and giving them the cut, and he's getting out. He's doing a lot of different projects right now, and I don't know, man. DC, they don't.
Yeah, no, I think
they don't have like a plan, and it's really frustrating. And they're still proving it to even this. Do they have a plan? And they just don't, man. Walter Hamada came in there and he just said, "Oh, well, we have the multiverse. We'll just see what happens." Like, dude, come on, that's not good enough. Hype for Suicide Squad 2. Yeah, I'm hyped for that too. I think having it as a war film, like a 1970 war film, was pretty interesting.
There's something there for that.
I want to make sure that
and Harley Quinn has
especially new young fans,
hands down the best Harley Quinn
right now,
cinematic outfit that we ever seen.
It's not just Silver Age villains and Bronze Age villains. There might
because
be
they did it pretty dirty with the outfits in Birds of Prey.
Who is reading those Flash comics right now and going, "Where's my villain? My generation's villain?"
And with that,
but don't worry, guys. Andrew's gonna come in
we got to see some
late after the show. Hopefully YouTube won't take me down again. But we're gonna talk about that. He saw the leak trailer. I know that the trailer was leaked, and people were talking about it. So now I'm just waiting for the Batman because I haven't seen nothing on the Batman besides those 3 photos with Batman Patterson.
When will we get to see the Flash in the iconic gold boots?
This might be a question for me, but really it's for Eric, because
so I'm hyped up. Man, I need a Man of Steel 2 trailer, man. Announcement. Where's my Man of Steel? Don't think we'll get a teaser. Now we're gonna get a teaser. It already got leaked, supposedly.
In 2021, the Flash, the complete.
But where's my Man of Steel 2 announcement? You know, like, come on, bro. Like,
on August 25th.
Ugh, they've been doing my boy Soups dirty, man. I just don't understand, like, they're hyping it up. I mean, Henry Cavill is like he's there. Like, I don't understand.
You think you've seen it all? Not even close. Another big game announcement is on the way. Plus, panel discussions with cast of Black Adam, Aquaman, and the Batman. And now,
what about
for
the Shazam?
More of your fan questions. Check it out.
Is anyone hyped for the Shazam 2 panel? Let's do a poll. Who is this more excited? What panel are you more excited for? The sequel. Shazam 2 or Aquaman?
I mean, honestly, as
Put down a comment, Aquaman or Shazam 2. Tell me which one you think it's way more important and also to marks like you're excited for.
That would be awesome. So I would love for that to happen. And
because Shazam 2 could take a step and Aquaman 2 could take a step back. Or take a step forward. But I think Shazam 2 could be good. But it's just like, why should we care when we get Black Adam, The Rock, you know? That's way more epic. Aquaman, yeah.
Comics have always been an aspiring art form.
Let me guys know, Aquaman 2 or Shazam 2? Black Adam's coming up next, so we're gonna get some casting announcements on the Justice Society of America. Aquaman.
Let's take a look at some of your amazing art.
Alright, so Aquaman, huh?
By our talented fans.
Aquaman 100%. Yeah, I get you, man. Shazam is a little bit kind of corny and shit. It's just like, why, you know, like Black Adam's coming, The Rock, you know, like, why should we care? But how you guys liking DC Fandom? How you guys liking the stream? Make sure you guys give this stream a thumbs up. If you guys feel like donating, man, the super chat's right there, so hit that super chat. Shout out to Josue who donated in the first stream. Aquaman spelled backwards. Alright, cool. So Aquaman all through the board. It's a clean sweep. So if you guys do feel like donating, super chats right there on your right corner. I do greatly appreciate it, man. I've been doing this YouTube thing for a while, and I'm starting to really get into the flow with it.
Wow, such amazing art.
Yeah, let me just shut up so we can watch
Did you
this.
see that Black Adam art piece in there? I wonder what else might be in the store for Black Adam.
Hit that thumbs up, guys. Come on.
I've been waiting for this moment for a very long time. This is the one. This is the one that's going to change everything. This is Black Adam.
Oh shit. Come on, show me something, Dwayne.
Years ago, Kahndaq was a melting pot of cultures, wealth, power, and magic. Yet most of us had nothing, except for the chains around our necks. Kahndaq needed a hero. Instead, they got me. I did what needed to be done, and they imprisoned me for it.
He looks smoother than that, yeah.
5,000 years later.
Shout out to you, Ace Gamer. Thank you for coming back. Hit the like button.
I give you my word. No one will ever stop.
Ooh, shit. Hey, you look pretty. Oh, man, that shit looks badass.
Alright, what's up, everybody?
I like the armor, man.
To be joining you guys.
Nothing, we just got to the Black Adam one.
DC Fandome, you guys are watching from around the world. You're excited, I'm excited, and I gotta tell you, first of all, I gotta give props to my two friends, Jim Lee and Boss Logic, who teamed up with me to create.
Shout out to you, Boss Logic, man. You come up with some great art.
To show you guys,
I fell asleep.
to give you guys a little sense
nah, you
of
good.
The Black Adam movie that we plan to create and deliver for you. Now, I wish I could show you more, a lot more, but as you can imagine, we're still in the very early processes of this creation, but I can promise all of you this, all of you around the world right now watching, I can promise you this, I give you my word, that we are gonna go beyond your wildest expectations. And I already know this because your expectations are high, so are mine. Look, at the end of the day, I truly have one boss that I aim to please, besides my wife and my daughters. And that boss, of course, is you guys, the fans, the audience. Always audience first in my book. All right, so I know you guys got a lot of questions. I'm gonna do my best to answer as many as I can. Let's get the show on the road. Here we go. All right, the first question comes in from June Rodriguez of the United States. The question is, how powerful can we expect Black Adam to be? Well, great question, Jude. Thank you for asking that question. As we all know, Black Adam is one of the most powerful superheroes, anti-heroes, villains, whatever you want to call Black Adam. He is one of the most powerful in the DC universe. But
it's coming up.
As we all know, the superheroes, they have to exhibit a little bit of restraint when it comes to taking care of the bad guys, if you will, or taking care of the people who are opposite them, who are opposing them, who are in their way. But this idea that you could take all of Black Adam's powers and he does not practice restraint, that makes for a really powerful combination, and one that's explosive, one that's very dangerous, and one that is ultimately, I think, very likable, to me at least. All right, next question comes in from Jaden Marvel of Singapore. The question is, if you could take any DC character to join you in an adventure, who would it be and why? The number one choice on who I would love to take with me on an adventure would be Wonder Woman. And I'll tell you why. No, I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, of course you would, Rock. No. Look, Gal is my friend. She's a very good friend of mine. But the character of Wonder Woman is one that I have such a tremendous amount of respect for. I've always thought that this combination of Wonder Woman and Black Adam would make an incredible pairing. So this idea that we would go on an adventure together is something very cool. The other part to this answer is, you know, I always thought that it might be cool to hang out with Superman.
Yeah!
That would be cool, right? I mean, we're kind of similar in terms
Soups.
of powers. Our
Thank you, Dwayne. Bring up that name, man.
Look, at the end of the day, you never know. Black Adam and Superman could become friends. Or they won't.
Ooh, he's teasing something.
All right, this next
Did they show? Yeah, they did.
Caleb Hammocks from the UK. The question is, out of all
He hinted at Superman coming in, Black Adam fighting Superman.
Black Adam that stuck
It's high. We need that in this movie. Cavill, come on, let's go.
Caleb, thank you very much. Caleb or Caleb, I hope I pronounced your name right. You know, as many of you know, Black Adam
Facts.
has been with me for a very, very long time. This has been a project that has been in development for a very long time, over 10 years plus, with myself, our producer Hiram Garcia, who's the president of $7 Productions. I mean, this has been in our DNA and in our wiring for such a long time. One of the main things that I always loved and admired about Black Adam was, number one, he was an anti-hero. He is an anti-hero. I love that. I love that the line is a little blurred. I love that he doesn't toe the mark. I love that he doesn't walk the line. I love that he has his own sense of Black Adam justice. I also love the fact that his origins are that of a slave. When the origins are that of somebody who is enslaved, his people enslaved, his family enslaved, and he felt the burdens and the pressures of a larger entity holding him down until he can't take it anymore. And when you come from that place, it's just a different energy and a vibe, different mana that you have. So I've always loved that about Black Adam, which informs how Black Adam operates, how he sees justice, how he delivers justice. And I've always appreciated that about Black Adam. Okay, this next great question is from Ayush Butola from India. I hope I pronounced your name right. So from India, thank you for this question. Will you stay faithful to the fact Black Adam, at the end of the day, is a ruthless keeper of justice and not a stereotypical villain or a hero? I love this question, and my stripped away, honest answer is yes. You know, as we all know, there's many variations and iterations of Black Adam that we have all fallen in love with over the years. Over the years. And what I can promise you is the Black Adam that I feel in my heart is the right one to root our story in the beginning, this origin story. This is a character that will possess all the qualities that we have loved, regardless of what variation of Black Adam you've loved, which he is ruthless. He's a ruthless keeper of justice. He is the judge, the jury, and the executioner, and he believes in an eye for an eye, and he will always do everything he can to protect his people more so, protect his family. So that is my answer, and thank you for your question. All right, so here we go. This next question, oh, it's a video question coming in via video. All right, cool, roll it.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Dwayne? How you doing, man? My question is, I just want to know how you're feeling about the fact that.
Oh, they confirmed that Adam Smasher is that guy. They did confirm
well,
that.
You know what? Look, I'm glad, Noah, that you said that, because there's a difference between coming for my squat game, different than, you know, Adam Smasher coming for Black Adam's squat game. It's a big difference. So you know what? I welcome it, dude. Good to see you, man. How you been?
Good to see you too. Oh, I've been really good, man. Excited to be here. Excited to be a
Young cat, huh?
Man, it's
fuck,
so cool
they got a young ass
to this
motherfucker to
team
play Adam
and
Smasher.
To bring Adam Smasher to life, JSA to life, to bring this entire universe that we're going to create together to life. Well, talk to me a little bit about your workouts. I know you've been training hard, despite us being locked down. How has that been going? Let the fans know.
It's been really good. You know, there's a lot of different precautions that we take now, but it's been a lot of training outside, you know, on the tarmac or like on the turf, you know, a lot of sled work, a lot of hypertrophy training, if you will. But it's just grinding, you know.
Basic, what's the next stream going to be? Unfortunately, Ace, I have a weekly Wednesday podcast show.
When it's game day.
Every Wednesday called the Hightail, which is live.
I can't wait. I love that you said.
But it's gonna be shut down for at least 2 weeks because I got some parts that I need to install to upgrade my PC, and it's gonna take a while. So unfortunately, not for a while, man. But stay tuned, stay subscribed, and yeah.
I know that a lot of fans are super excited that we are introducing JSA after all these years. And what is it about Adam Smasher, which by the way is one of my favorite characters, especially, you know, when you see him just grow so large and everything is like just so badass and yes and powerful.
How much do you buy for the PC?
Attracted you?
This PC I got like 4 years ago. It was like around like 400. But the parts are outdated as a motherfucker, so I had to upgrade them. A new motherboard, a new CPU. That kind of adds to like 400. So I pretty much bought like a new PC, and it should be way more powerful. You know, way more better streams, better content, faster content.
Where I think he's not expecting
so yeah.
the world of being a superhero.
It's gonna be a whole new PC coming back, so I cannot wait. Make sure you stay tuned.
Hits him across the face, and so it's this journey that he goes on of what it means to be a superhero, and he gets to really see someone like Black Adam, who takes a different approach, clearly, to, you know, solving a problem or fighting you know, bad guys. And it's an exciting character. It's a young character. It's a new, fresh face. And I don't mind being the size of the Eiffel Tower, the Empire State Building. That'd be pretty tight.
You know, I've seen some of the early like previs and renditions, and I got to tell you, it's so cool to see Adam Smasher next to Black Adam, and how, especially when your character, you know, just becomes even more powerful and he grows. It's just such an incredible visual to see Adam Smasher just so big and badass. And, you know, Black Adam just reduced, but it's awesome, man. And I'm so happy you're on board. And I know you've been working your ass off. And personally, for Meteor, I want to thank you so much for working so hard. This has been a passion project, a dream of mine for many, many years. So I thank you. My heart is full of gratitude, brother, for all the hard work that you're going to put in. And this is only the beginning. I can't wait to get on set with you, and we're going to crush this movie.
I'm so stoked, man. I can't wait. Thank you for having me aboard. So grateful, seriously.
Well, so cool to see my boy Noah. Can't wait for you guys to see him in the movie. He's gonna kick ass. All right, now I tried to get through as many questions as I possibly could. There were literally thousands and thousands of them. And a lot of the questions were about the JSA, the Justice Society of America, and who from the JSA is gonna be in our movie. Well, I don't wanna reveal too much this early on, but I thought this might answer some of your questions. Take a look.
I have a knack for destroying bullies. But there are some
Hawkman.
who need help.
Tight. Ooh, I like that. I like that outfit. Dr. Fate.
And their new recruits. Cyclone.
Alright.
An Atom Smasher. They call themselves the Justice Society, an organization that believes in fighting for truth and justice. Well, I'm going to teach them that the only beliefs I fight for are mine. Welcome to Truth, Justice, and the Black Atom Way.
So, as you guys can see, we are cooking up something pretty badass and certainly a lot of fun that we are
hopefully, man,
about to deliver to you guys.
I'm predicting
more. But before
I don't know, man.
I want you guys to help me out with something. It's something that's pretty important. I need you guys to help me get a message out to some of the other ones. Some of the other DC superheroes. Let's let Flash, Shazam, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. Let's let them know something. Things will never be the same because the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
What Batman is he talking to? Like, come on, man, you gotta get your universe straightened out so we can understand what you're talking about. Like, are you referring to Ben Affleck or are you referring to Patterson? Like, come on, keep it straight.
That was amazing.
Man, that panel was kind of whack. I'm gonna keep it real.
Johnson as Black Adam. And with that,
It's like they got. Oh God, man, this is getting kind of worse and worse to me.
Thank you, Lilyco. That was so cool. By the way, guys, Lilyco was a badass wrestler. You guys should totally check her
The
out.
Batman trailer.
We love hearing from you, our DC fans. Okay,
If there's no trailer, I'm ranting.
Hashtag DC Fandome. Let's keep the conversation going. And first, here are more of your questions that are just begging for answers.
God damn it.
I mean, I'd just say that Astra is kind of my old.
Ain't no Superman, ain't no
I find
nothing.
the opposite to me in the sense that I am nowhere near as cutting and bad and kind of straight up and calculated. But I think it's an exciting and interesting.
There is a serious talk
I find quite easy to go to.
of
I
a
think it's
Static
quite
Shock.
about me, but there's something under the surface of wanting to be, you know, I'm naturally
Static
quite
Shock
savvy,
movie
and
is in the works.
There's like a level under my own personality, which is on this wanting to come out somewhere, and it's coming out through this kind of sexy fat woman.
That long. Month 6 of the pandemic lockdown. I thought I'd prepared for any possible situation, but even I only keep 6 months of toilet paper in my cave. It's becoming a problem.
How are you out of toilet paper?
Also, I've started talking to myself.
Like,
Toilet paper was an April problem. Now we're all out of flour.
like, I don't understand what DC's trying to do.
Really?
Yes.
So why is there gonna be, you know?
Maybe. Do you have
What's up with the Superman thing? What's up with the Static Shock thing?
You gotta try the good grocery store, the one on Finger Street.
Like, Static Shock is getting a movie before we could get a Man of Steel 2 movie? Like, are you serious?
It's weird that he's here.
It's weird that any of us are here. It's weird times. We just gotta keep it together. Get some toilet paper and
Come
make
on,
sure
man.
we wear our masks when we go out.
I always wear a mask.
We all do.
None of you are wearing
You
the
know-
right kind of mask.
Future Batman.
I'm wearing a mask. Your masks are like you
The,
cut
th-
the
the
most
thing is,
important
though,
parts of the mask off.
it's like,
on purpose.
We
I want to tell you guys
Could be
something.
more useless, pandemic-wise.
Thank you.
I should know.
You gotta get the
Because you're
Trinity
from the
right
future,
before you get these other characters going. Now, Marvel's completely different. Because Marvel doesn't have a Trinity. Even though you could say Spider-Man, Wolverine, X-Men, no.
Or do you think our
Marvel does not have a Trinity like
We can only
the Trinity. The Trinity are the freaking Batman, Wonder Woman, and freaking Superman. Marvel is just Iron Man, Thor, Cap for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's just the big three.
And in that spirit, let's
You gotta
celebrate
get
the
these
men
people
and women
right
out there
here.
who
You're seeing on the screen before we get a Static Shock
They
movie,
suit up daily
and we
battle
haven't
for
got
the
that.
world in an effort to make
And that's the
universe a
most
safer
disappointing
place
part about it.
for all of us. They
Is
don't
that they
wear
got
capes,
Henry Cavill
they
going
don't wear
around
masks.
doing these teasers,
is their selfless dedication to
going
others.
being Shazam 2.
They are the real
Where is this movie, man? We've been.
enemy, COVID-19. Take a look.
I'm very disappointed. I am very, very disappointed. I'm getting.
Your favorite DC superheroes. We'd like to introduce you to some real-life heroes, everyday people who see a need and jump in.
We still got the Batman.
While COVID-19 continues
Alright.
to spread, so do the efforts
Freak
of
this
these
DC
incredible
shit,
people
man.
who bring us
Because
hope
they
and
fucking
inspiration every day.
flip me off again. They do it. They do this all the time for me.
Working together to get us through the crisis.
You know what?
More than ever, the world.
Fuck these colors. You know what colors I'm looking forward to? I'll be right back.
At a time of social distancing, empathy and compassion are alive and well.
Happy birthday to you.
Around the world, people are coming up with creative ways to stay connected, to share resources, and to stay healthy. As healthcare workers risk their own lives battling the virus on the front lines, innovative citizens are turning passion projects into potentially life-saving ventures. One teenager's website has been tracking the virus since December.
It was really hard to just get the straight facts, so I decided that it would be kind of cool if I made a website to make the data more accessible for other people.
And in Italy, a company used their 3D printers to build life-saving respirator parts that were in dangerously short supply. For those whose work can't be done from home, many CEOs and leaders are providing financial support.
This is people's lives at stake. This isn't about basketball. This isn't about the Mavericks.
How many? So 2? All right, there's 2.
Across the globe, communities are making sure people have food. And stores and restaurants are doing what they can to help others.
平均的话是每天是300，然后对，有每周6的话可能会多一个300杯是专门送到协和的。
Here in the U.S., world-famous chef Jose Andres has transformed some of his restaurants into community kitchens to serve those in need.
We need to be part of the solution.
And strangers have become shopping angels to support those who can't leave their homes. Even though we've been told to stay apart, the rallying call for prevention and protection brings us together on social media.
If you wash your hands and do not touch your face, then the world will be a better place.
As the country and the world navigate daily life during a pandemic, it's good to know that compassion continues to live on.
As you can see, we have a completely empty adoption center.
It's really hard right now, but I like to hold on to some of the good news. Some of the good news is that there are literally no dogs or cats left in so many shelters because people want comfort.
Hi, Cherry.
Got my Batman colors.
I'm Sherry Franklin,
Got
and I'm the
the
CEO
Batman
and
colors.
founder
Red.
of
Man,
Muttville
freak this
Senior
DC
Dog
shit, man. I'm
Rescue
getting.
in San Francisco.
How do you guys feel, man?
Okay.
How do you guys feel? We're getting a Static Shock movie
We rescue senior dogs that are
before a
in
freaking
danger.
Man of Steel 2 movie, man. Like, oh my god, dude. I'm getting lightheaded. I need to calm down. I'm getting lightheaded. We still got the Batman. The Batman give us. Oh my god, they better give us a trailer. They need to.
We would close our shelter, and have everybody work from home, and we
This has been pretty disappointing. Not gonna lie.
What was really amazing was the community that poured in to help. We got over 200 foster applications in a week, and usually we get 20 in a week.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's talk about Twix. Yeah. Hi, Twix.
So freaking disappointing.
Working on
The Black Adam.
around
Disappointing.
free meetings.
There he is, yeah.
We are having meet and greets, which are usually done in person.
Do you have any other questions for us right now?
The Arkham shit. Pretty disappointing.
Cool.
Suicide Squad, no trailer. Pretty disappointing.
Doctors can meet their dogs before they actually touch them.
The only thing that's been cool this thing has just been knowing that Flash
So excited.
is getting a new suit.
Interview on I think like a Monday or Tuesday, and then it was like hard to make it through the rest of the week.
Wonder Woman trailer was cool. Zack Snyder trailer was cool. That's about it. Black Adam, disappointing. This whole fandom has been pretty disappointing, man. They really pulled the surprise panel for Static Shock. How is that the surprise panel? Why would that be the surprise panel? It didn't even feel like a surprise panel. It didn't feel like, you know, whatever that was panel.
We have honed in on every single step that could possibly have any contamination.
Here we go, baby.
We actually bathed the dog.
You know, like I just don't. What do you guys think, man? What do you guys think?
All wearing gloves and masks, and then we have a leash that's newly laundered in a Ziploc bag that's been sanitized.
I got the Batman colors on. Gotta switch it up to red because, you know,
It's really been
so far that hasn't been the most disappointing thing.
First time the new
You know, because the artwork has been cool and the logo has been cool. The new emblem been cool logo.
Because we've done the rest of it all virtually.
But DC, this has been
We have adopted out 78
pretty much this has
dogs
been
since shelter in place about
this has just been a
3.5
letdown,
weeks
and
ago.
yeah.
It's a great time if you've been thinking about
Facts. No, I get this. This is one of those fill-in panels. But man, how do you guys feel about this whole Superman shit, man? Do you guys you actually think DC actually has love for Superman? Because Snyder's gonna still do his, you know, his little emo Superman shit, robotic, no charismatic shit going on in his shit.
Mode. People really realize that dogs are there for us during these uncertain times.
And it's like,
giving us love, and that
how come in the Flash panel they shouldn't announce kind of like the villain of the movie? That would have been cool. Because we already knew Michael Keaton was gonna be in the movie. We already knew that. You know, we already knew that Adam Smasher was that guy. Why not cast? We can give our casting for Dr. Fate. You know, that's facts. That's facts right there. Snyder cut, cool, but that's not something I'm looking for. Like, it's future movie and stuff. That's some old 2017 shit. We've been past that. You know, none of that stuff is even gonna be canon after the Flash. Maybe it is. And Walter Hamada, how come you didn't really explain what movies you got up in the clock? Like, oh, well, why do you not had a chance to like talk about what movies you got up and developing? If anything, man, give me a Red Sun Superman. But no, you freaking this, you know, you said that's not in development. Disregarded that. So you know what we're getting, you know. Where's the HBO Max shows? Where are they at? Goners, man. Freaking idiots, man. They don't know how to run shit at all, and I'm getting frustrated of it. It's like,
Middle of May.
do you guys feel disappointed?
Still 35 degrees out in the
I feel some type of way about these guys, man. I feel some type of way. I feel like they should be giving us more. I feel like the way how they're hyping up DC fandom, they should be giving us more.
It started with a customer who was looking to get her paper closer to her house because she was afraid to go out to the street. A couple days later, I happened to be standing in a supermarket and you know, having her phone number still on my phone, I called her and, you know, asked if she needed anything.
Disappointing.
She was
very
really
disappointing.
Kind of blown away by it. The story started from there. You know, next couple days, I decided, you know, she can't be alone. Because I delivered to 3 adult communities. A lot of people in there that are compromised. So I put out a note to all 800 of my customers. If there's anything you need, you name it, I'm happy to go shop for it and deliver it to your home for free.
Is it silk almond milk?
So more on that Static Shock breaking news. Static Shock is not only getting a live action movie, he's getting an animated movie. Bruh, miss me. I'm sorry, but where's my Man of Steel? Where's my Green Lantern?
Marvin, the produce guy, is here every day. Awesome dude.
We appreciate you, Marvin.
At least Justice League Dark. Where's that at? Remember the J.J. Abrams Justice League Dark HBO Max show? Where's that?
5:15.
Where's that?
First of 5 deliveries.
Miss me, man. Miss me on that bullshit.
Take care of yourself.
Matt Reeves, Robert Pattinson, the Batman is really about to carry this shit. Not just carry, but save this freaking goddamn con. Wasting my freaking time.
Just an unbelievable amount of beautiful,
crazy
wonderful people.
He's fantastic. Wonderful.
I appreciate it. I got plenty more.
Okay.
I'll be right back. Thank you. It's honestly amazing how grateful they are. Picking up a handwritten list.
No love, man. No love. No love at all.
To use email. Believe it or not, I can make this out.
Okay, thank you so much.
My pleasure. If you need anything else moving forward, please give me a call, okay? All right, take care of yourself. Good night.
Lemon rice bubbles away in a pot ready to feed 1,000 people. Across India, many daily wage workers struggle to afford
I'm back.
food
Well, you
after
just
the national lockdown stopped their incomes.
even with that, Ace, I'm happy you're excited, but for me, it's like,
His brother Sultan had been
why do we need a
studying in
Suicide
Northern
Squad
Ireland.
game? Like,
When lockdown
honestly,
was imposed, they flew home
I
to
want.
deny
Where's a
starting
Flash
the
game?
initiative.
Where's a Green Lantern game? Where's Aquaman game? I'll take anything besides Suicide Squad or Batman related. Now, we'll see, man. This has just been
It's not
disappointing.
quite what they imagined they'd be doing right now.
I want a Teen Titans movie, bro. I'll take a Teen. Nah, man. I don't know.
And it's lucky that it has.
I don't know anymore.
Thousands here
I don't know
waiting.
anymore what DC's doing. They're not telling me anything. And why do I need to know about something that I already know about?
Public health crisis and the
Bruh, I ain't here for no freaking history lesson about freaking COVID-19. I got that.
Many people now find themselves facing another kind of risk.
At least again in topic for your podcast. Well, by then there would be some news.
Enter CNN hero Stan Hayes.
Does anyone care about this? Like
This champion pitmaster has used his love of barbecue to feed those in need.
why
for
should I
almost
know
10 years.
about COVID-19
His nonprofit
if I
operates
knew
barbecue
about
relief
what it's doing in the world
to natural disasters,
since freaking March?
bringing the comfort of free hot meals to affected people.
Don't remind me about COVID-19. That's been the worst part of the year. I get all this, but I'm not here for no CNN heroes. I'm sorry.
Push those meals out. With COVID-19,
And neither are you guys. I know for sure damn well you guys rather be watching Shazam 2 panel than this shit.
Space in his hometown of
And then
Kansas
those
City,
two
where a few
Batman
volunteers
panels,
were making meals
a
for
Joker
tourists.
panel, not even a Lex Luthor panel.
Was needed.
They got no love for Superman. None.
restaurants, we could pay them to reopen and bring back employees to be able to do the meals that we need to do.
For the owner of one local restaurant, Stan's plan was a game changer.
The change in emotion went from not knowing what the next day was going to hold to one of hope.
He'd been forced to close one of his locations, laying off 40 employees.
In my 28 years of management, it was the most horrible thing I've ever had to do. When you're a small business owner, these aren't just your employees, they're the ones that are facilitating your dream.
Partnering with Stan's
Facts.
group for a few weeks,
Like,
let him put
oh
some
man,
employees back to
I need to know. I'm looking at the second schedule, the September 12th schedule, man.
The necessary supplies that are needed and try to connect them in their community.
I need to know because this shit's been disappointing.
For food. If we can help them bridge the gap, it is.
I'm searching it up, guys. Yeah, this has been a documentary. This is stupid. This is wasting my time. Even though I don't really have nothing else to do, but
It has 2,500 meals going into a community.
I need to.
helping
I'm
the
researching this
seniors,
September 12th.
The families that were already food insecure, first responders, and then the nurses, doctors, all the hospital staff at the end. Together, we're just feeding more people.
And in just a few weeks, Operation Restaurant Relief has expanded. Stan has been working with restaurants in South Carolina.
Oh, they haven't announced anything for the September 12th.
The true advantage to the restaurant
So-
model is that it can be replicated across the United States. They're not all barbecue restaurants, but we're still providing that hot, comforting meal.
For him, this recipe is simple.
It keeps businesses open.
And they removed
people
that
employed,
surprise panel.
and it keeps people
Static
free.
Shock,
We can't do it all.
whatever that was,
This is one of those things, you know, we can do so much more together than we can.
whatever that was, man. What does it have to do with DC? Facts. Dude, we already know about COVID-19. We know this stuff already. Don't be playing games with us.
Meet Jessie. Like most 20-year-olds, she spends a lot of time on the phone.
Like,
Allô, Denise?
I don't know, man.
Bonjour,
This
comment allez-vous?
But on the other
I'm
end of the
disappointed,
line
man.
isn't a
This
fellow
has been very
student or friend,
disappointing.
But a senior living in quarantine. Jessie may never meet them, but she
I don't know how you guys liking this shit, man, but I ain't feeling no DC fandom. I ain't feeling this stuff, man. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Just
They sometimes stay on
I'm
the
just
phone
not
for
I'm
more
not
than an
digging
hour.
it, man. I'm getting
Connection
kind
that fights the loneliness
of frustrated.
seniors are
It's
facing.
very
Dans une
frustrating
ville
as a
avec quelqu'un
fan
j'échange,
of
c'est
Superman.
plus, ma petite maison pendant
You know, I
le
was a
confinement,
big
c'est
time
vraiment
fan of
si je vais boire un
Superman.
café
Love
avec
Superman.
quelqu'un.
You know,
Jessie had never
grew up with the
volunteered
Superman. You
before.
know,
The
love
website
Superman.
Mamie
And it's
Boone
just like
brought these two
DC hasn't been
generations
doing them the
together.
right way. I just wanted him to, you know, and it
In the
just
Aquitaine region of France, several students at the University of Bordeaux created
I just
a
don't
radio
understand,
station
like-
to broadcast to nursing homes.
why can't we just
Voici mon petit studio que je me suis créé avec ce que j'ai pu
What
trouver.
was the
Donc,
surprise
un écran
panel?
relié, à un pied de batterie.
Please don't God tell me don't that was a freaking Static Shock panel, man. That wasn't even a Static Shock panel.
They talked
Sweet
about
two mother
history,
G's, don't be telling me that was a
sports, and
surprise
classic
panel.
C'est une très belle initiative. J'en suis très
Static.
contente. Ça m'a beaucoup
Shout out to
plu.
Static. Static Shock is a
This
cool
young
character, but
student
why?
to them.
Why now? Not now. We need Man of Steel 2.
Et l'acre saveur
I'm sorry,
de ce
Ace. I'm
Ça me
sorry.
fait une-
We gotta get that Man of Steel 2 and then we can get a Static.
passer un bon
Then we're getting
moment
two.
dans ces journées
We're getting a
qui
freaking
sont
anime movie.
tristes.
Or I think that's like they said it was like straight to DVD anyways.
The radio
Like a
station
Netflix
broadcasts every
type beat.
Wednesday, giving these seniors
You know, live
a
action.
break
Come on, man.
to forget about their isolation.
Come on, man. Don't do it like that. Where's those HBO Max shows at? Where are they at?
Many small steps for this 99-year-old man.
Where's the Green Lantern
a
Corps?
giant
Rumor
leap
showed.
for the NHS. A whole nation rooted for British Army veteran Tom Moore to complete
Facts.
a personal marathon.
Come on, man. We don't.
100 laps
This
of
is
his garden
this is bullshit.
for his 100th birthday, raising money for the country's health service.
And they didn't even. Here's the
crossed the
fucked up
finish
thing
line
about
with a
too.
guard of honor from
They
his
didn't
old
even
regiment.
announce a Static Shock
Set
movie.
out to raise
This shit just
1,000
came out
British
off the
pounds,
internet
but
like
ended
that,
up raising
like on Twitter.
tens of millions.
Fantastic sum of money. It's unbelievable that
You know?
people will be so kind.
At least have the surprise
money
panel
goes
and
to
just
the
announce the movie. But no, we gotta
organization
find stuff on
Charities
Twitter.
Together, which supports the
Bruh,
UK's
miss
health
me with that. That's
workers
some
who
weak
are
shit.
already sending messages of thanks.
Yeah, DC was hyping up this DC fandom like if there was gonna be some
While
huge,
his
big
100th
fucking
birthday was
balls
still
dropping
days
surprises.
away, social media was already flooded
And it's just
with
been
birthday
nothing but
messages
freaking movies that we
thanking
already
Captain
knew about.
Tom Moore for
Stuff that we
inspiring
already
a
knew
nation.
about. Nothing learned, nothing new. Freaking the Justice League Snyder Cut trailer got leaked 2 hours before the freaking 3 hours before the freaking show started.
All loss, and grieving takes a physical
L on DC, man. The only thing that's saving this is the Batman. If the Batman trailer, and it better be a teaser trailer. I don't care what you say.
when we're having these
That disappoints. If I don't see Batterson knocking out fools and sucker punching people, man, and see Paul Dano's Riddler in it, and just seeing him boom, just hitting people,
to take action and
I'm gonna be away. I'm gonna go live it, man. Because all my hope is and all my hype has been towards this Batman movie.
Something to make this senseless situation into something meaningful.
You know, because fuck Superman, right? DC don't care about Superman, so let's just forget about him. He's not even a DC character.
exercise, walking, shooting hoops, riding your bike.
You know?
Getting physical is so important.
This have you know what, man? Marvel needs to buy Superman. Facts. Marvel's been giving love for all their characters. I hate to bring Marvel up and this DC thing, but man,
and try to manage those emotional thoughts.
Warner Bros. don't give a fuck about Superman. This is sad.
Positive inspiration or some wisdom.
Hopefully you guys feel some type of way, man. You feel the same way I'm feeling, because this is just, and I'm going on Twitter and people are really hyping up, you know, the Suicide Squad, this Batman Arkham game. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I just don't care.
with your
Why should I
pets.
care about this
Pets can be
Suicide
very
Squad
nurturing and
if you don't even give me a
loving
freaking
and
trailer?
supportive during this time. Continue your religious practices. Try to keep
You've been shooting the
your
movie for a
routine
while, James
as
Gunn.
normal as
You were
possible.
editing the movie. The movie comes out in August.
Today or depressed. It's gonna
You should
pass.
review The Boys. I already reviewed the season 1 Ace. You go on my review playlist and you see right there. But I will be doing a review on season 2, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Maybe we can get even. I don't know how you feel, Ace Gamer, but man, you've been in this stream and you feel like
we connect to one
you feel like a
Whenever
freaking
we're
already like
going
a
through crisis,
committed viewer. So hopefully I can see you more. Maybe we can even link up, man. I'm down to talk to some of you guys, man, the subscribers. Warner Bros. Scared of using Superman because all that hate since he's born and has unlimited power. That's facts. He ain't born, bro. Just make him human. Oh,
Batman, Superman,
Superman,
Aquaman, and all the DC superheroes would bow to our medical service. Thank you
No.
so much for your bravery
yeah,
and your
Ace.
continued service.
You can hit me up on freaking Instagram or Twitter.
Biggest shows in the DC universe. Titans. Yep, the Titans are back. Nightwing, Robin, Beast Boy, Wonder Girl, Raven, Starfire,
Don't
Hawk,
forget the 5G
Joe,
drama.
Connor, and
I don't know about all that, man. I really don't want to get into politics. But
they're all here. Plus, this epic cast is joined by
Titans is the worst.
executive
Yeah.
producer Greg Walker.
Nobody
to
wants-
talk all things Titans, the past, present, and future. Let's check it out.
I'm trying to contain myself right now, guys. When I'm holding back the words, when I go like start yelling and then stop, I'm holding back my punches because I can tear this shit apart.
To DC Fandome, and you are watching the Titans panel. Titans are back, bitches! Woo! Let's introduce all of you along the way. We've got executive producer Greg Walker, Brenton Thwaites, who plays Dick Grayson, Tegan Croft, who plays Rachel, Anna Jope, who plays
Like,
Corey Anders, Ryan Potter,
it's
who
just-
plays Gar Logan, Alan Richardson,
I could
who
go
plays
harder if I
Jake
want,
Paul,
but I'm just holding
Minka
it
Kelly,
back.
who plays
I'll wait till
Doug
Andrew gets here, man.
New
Stay tuned
guy,
after the stream, after
Joshua
the
Urban, who plays Connor, and
DC
Connor
Fandom
Leslie,
live
who
stream.
plays Donna, and then Curran Walters, who plays Jason Todd, and Damaris Lewis, who's coming in as Blackfire. We've got a list of some fan favorite moments. We're going to kick off with my choice because I'm the moderator and I get to say that. And there were so many that I wanted to pick because there's so many great moments along these first 2 seasons. But the one I went with was Dawn taking down the meth lab in the 2nd episode of season 2. What the was that?
I'll be right back, guys. Hold on.
Please don't kill me.
Where's your phone?
This is 911. What's your emergency?
There's a meth lab at 2751 Hollister Lane. It's being run by
3 complete dip.
3 complete dip. So, you better have someone come down and arrest us. Thank you for your time.
Your mother would be very proud.
I have to give it up to Orphe. My stunt double really does all the work when it comes to having to navigate those wings because the weight of them just takes you. So you really have to learn how to move with them when you're throwing yourself around. It's a fun challenge.
The first fan clip that everyone kind of like came to was Donna breaking out the lasso for the first time.
Stop! You're hurting her! Corey! Corey, what are you...
Stop.
I love the Corey and Donna friendship. It was something I remember reading about when I started doing some research. And so when I read that like they start off kind of rocky, I wasn't even mad at it because I knew that it would turn into this great friendship, and we kind of got a taste of that in season 2. So I kind of love that their friendship grew from this initial moment.
Don't all great friendships start out with a lasso around the neck? And
A little bit, yeah. Don't they all start off with like really kick-ass women? Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Can resist.
All right, let's look at clip 2 from episode 6, Jason Todd.
Why are you doing this? Why do you even want to be Robin?
Are you kidding? This is the dopest gig ever. Hanging out with Batman, kicking bad guys' asses, being famous, driving the goddamn Batmobile.
He lets you drive the Batmobile? Wouldn't you rather have your own name? Like Sparrow or Blue Jay for Jason?
No. The whole point is being Robin. Batman needs Robin. Why do you think it makes us wear those lame colors? Because we're drawing fire. Look over here! And boom. The bat lands and starts trashing ass.
I think that scene describes it perfectly. The brother-stepbrother relationship, you know, in the build between them over the season. And season 2 even showed more. So I think that was probably the best scene that shows the relationship for sure.
I think that Dick is, you know, he's annoyed by that and he's frustrated by this kid, but essentially takes on the role of mentor and tries to inspire him, you know, to believe in the same things that he does.
All right, man. I saw your tweet or your text.
And ultimately he fails in connecting with him. And that scene at the end of season 2 on the rooftop is kind of.
Let me check out his Twitter.
Dick putting aside his problems and offering to open up that channel and you know. And kind of put it on the table.
So he wants Superman.
Leadership, Jason.
He wants Superman. I think he's hinting at Superman.
You are.
Maybe in a sequel.
The next clip is quintessential Jason.
So
all we know is that whatever the cause of the phenomenon, it appears to have been abated by this new group of masked heroes. So apart from some dead birds, we seem to.
Titans are back, bitches! Woo!
You're kind of an aren't you, kid?
That would you like me? Admit it.
Never gonna happen.
What's hard about these scenes for me, especially, I always love when it's Kern and I, because he's in real life the most infectious, vivacious, effervescent soul I've ever met. You know,
trash ain't it?
Always fun to be around.
Trash ain't his tie-ins, bro. Wasting my time on this.
Here with you, you know. And so, you know, to always be the one like putting the lid on it, you know, the scene is actually tough.
This next clip is the scene.
I don't want to watch these stupid clips of this fucking from the stupid fucking show. Fuck out of here with that shit, man. Weekend is tie-ins.
You can't come into my house and order people around. Quiet. Hey.
Yeah, I saw that.
Stop that! What are you doing?
Facts. Won't kill because of his code. Yeah, that's standard. You know, he did Superman a little dirty too.
No, stop that!
Man, they've been doing Superman dirty for a while. Like, just think about it. When was the last time we seen Superman get any type of love? Okay, so we have the Christopher Reeve Superman, right? The first 2 were good. First 2 were great. And then you got Superman 3 and 4, they're trash. You got Bruce Timm Superman. Let's go media. I'm not gonna go comics. Let's go media for general audience and stuff. You got Bruce Timm Superman. Great, awesome, my favorite Superman. And then you got Superman Returns. Cool, but too much trying to be like Christopher Reeve. So not overall meh. Pretty meh. Not great enough. And then you got Injustice Superman, which is trash. He's trash. He's nothing like Superman I want him to be. the roles are reversed in Justice 2. He kills Lois, but it's like, once I kill, I can never go back. Bro, if Joker killed Lois, Superman would have gone in a deep depression. If Batman had a love interest, you know, maybe say Selena Kyle, Alfred, whatever. If Joker killed him, he won't even, you know, even in the killing killing joke, or not the killing joke, but the when Joker killed Jason Todd, you know, he didn't really get there. But injustice storytelling is pretty stupid. You know, they make Superman as this dictator, freaking, I want to say, Homelander. So he's whack. No Superman game. No Superman game. That made up Xbox One Superman game never happened. Alright. Zack Snyder Superman. Right? He was okay. He was okay just because of Cavill. But that's not my Superman. I'm gonna keep it real. He doesn't come off as likable, and it's more plot driven, narrative driven. BVS, he was robotic, wasn't doing anything. Didn't feel like Superman. Didn't feel like the way how Superman talked, how he would approach a situation. Didn't feel like it. Zack Snyder, Justice League Superman. What is he doing? The black suit. All right. So he might be doing some stuff.
Dick?
That's Robin.
And then now DC Fandome, the predictions has been Man of Steel 2, Man of Steel 2, Man of Steel 2, Static Shock. So there's a timeline of just DC not giving as much love for him.
Put your toys away when you're finished with them.
And it's getting kind of bad. What's up, Stranger Boy? I remember you from the Vid stream. Tell me how you guys liking the stream. Tell me the audio is good. I'm just ranting. Here on Basic Entertainment, Stranger Boy, we try to keep it. I keep it as real and raw as possible. And tell me how you liking Fandome. I've been pretty disappointed. I had the colors blue, now they're red, just for the Batman because I'm hyped up. So what's the next panel? It should be Shazam or maybe Suicide Squad.
So hard to film. I don't know if you guys remember, but
it should be Suicide Squad and then Shazam, Aquaman, and Batman. Maybe.
Calling the Struggle Motel in the middle of the night, and it was freezing. We went there
But,
so many times, and yeah, so I'm really glad to see that
Yeah.
respond.
I don't know who any of you guys really care about this week tie-in stuff. It's not really my
And
my
Ryan,
thing.
you had that great episode where we're waiting for Connor to wake up, and you got to
I'm just over here looking at your
over
comments,
and
guys.
over again.
That was a good time.
I'll just put it right here. How about that?
Our like season-long DP.
Raven
was
action's kind of
directing
cute
that
though.
episode and
Bro,
it was
how,
a really
like,
intimate set
I mean,
than what we usually go through because we were like changing clothes every 5 minutes and going from one set to another. It was just like an entire day of just goofing off and like.
you know what pissed me off too? Walter Almeida was there for a multiverse panel,
because of how much.
and he just said the same thing that we already knew. We already know. We already knew that the Batman wasn't connected to DCU, the DC Extended Universe. We knew that already. Matt Reeves said that. He said that this Batman is not connected to that universe. It's just not. We knew that Joker wasn't connected. So why tell us the same thing, Walter? I mean, you freaking come over here. You say you barely even say anything. You say stuff that we already knew. You know, no new information about the plan of DC. What's the movies after Suicide Squad? Because we legit. What's the movie after 2021? Where are the movies in 2022? I mean, I guess you could say Black Adam. No, Black Adam is 2021. Never mind.
Good. Will Blackfire meet the rest of
You're
her
telling
friends?
us. You're
'Cause I
telling
need to know
us
what she
things that
thinks of
we
this
already know.
Oh yeah, she's gonna have a room in Wayne Manor. Get ready. It's gonna.
No, wait, seriously?
It's gonna mix things up. Yeah.
Oh my god, I love this.
I came
This
in here for
season,
new information.
We're gonna bring up a new villain, and it's a villain. You know, if you've watched the show, you know that Jason Todd's had a rough run, and he had a falling out with the Titans, and it didn't end well. And even
This shit is
Titans, they kind of
disappointing.
reunited as a
I'm
team.
disappointed, man.
We're absent one member at the end who rode away on a motorcycle and had a fallout. And you know, there's that African proverb, if something along the lines.
The best thing out of this,
is
from like a new announcement,
embraced by the
has been
village
that
will burn
Flash
it
is
down to
getting a
feel its
new
warmth.
suit. That's
And,
just been that's
that
the only
child
thing
comes back
that's holding
in
up
the
right
form of
now.
Red Hood.
Because I do want him to get in a new suit.
Wow.
But him finding out that that suit's gonna get made by Michael Keaton's Batman is trash to me.
All right.
So there you go with that Bad Boy
I'm
Jr.
very
shit going
excited,
on.
Obviously,
I already seen that on Twitter.
I feel some
People were trying to
pressure,
make that
but I'm ready to
comparison.
take
He
it
was
on,
already like a Batman
100%,
fanboy.
So, and I'm very excited. I've been wanting
So,
this for a while now. So.
Man,
You know, the big change is our
the
team
B
goes to
minus,
Gotham,
man, that should have been
and
to a
there's
D
whole
plus.
new set of
Keeping it real.
challenges that lie and wait for us in Gotham.
Gotham is filled with iconic characters. Who can you tell us that we might meet along the way?
Oh, well, you know, we've got a big one coming up in Dr. Jonathan Crane, also known as Scarecrow.
Yeah.
And we have another, you know, classic character in the canon named Barbara Gordon, Commissioner Barbara Gordon. We've got two, you know, of the second gen coming up. There was originally Batman and Jim Gordon, and now we have Nightwing and Barbara Gordon trying to kind of deal with the mistakes of their parents, and it turns out a lot more difficult than anybody thought.
Cannot wait to see what comes up in season 3. I want to thank you all and congratulations on an awesome run so far. Thank you
so much.
Over to you, Jaden.
Here we go, Aquaman.
Thank you, Gabby. It's great to be back with you.
Let's get some new
As
information
your
for
resident
Aquaman
Aussie,
too.
I had to come back and talk about when
on,
director
let me get my
James
headphones.
Wan went down under.
Let's get some new
Then,
some
even
concept bars, some
further
shit.
underwater with Jason Momoa and the brilliant cast. 4 years later, in 2022, you can expect to see the sequel, giving a whole new meaning to Long Time No See. But of course, here at the DC Fandome, you won't have to wait another minute to wet your whistle. So let's dive into Aquaman with James Wan and King Ohm himself, Patrick Wilson, here to chat about some of their best memories from set.
Well, hello there, Patrick Wilson.
Hello, is that James? That is James Wan. How are you, dude? You look good.
Okay, do I look like I'm on the Starship Enterprise?
Yeah. Wait, should I get a fancy chair? You look ridiculous.
No, you're good. Aquaman
Yes.
is, what is that, Patrick? Is that the 5th film that we've collaborated together? Well, yeah, Insidious 1 and 2, Conjuring 1 and 2, and yeah,
Yeah.
it is the 5th one. Seems like. So let me ask you, Patrick,
Okay.
how did you first heard about this particular project, Aquaman?
I believe we were on the set of Conjuring 2.
Yes.
And you said that you had, I don't think you weren't really signed on yet, but you knew you were going to do this project, right?
Right.
And I think you kind of floated it out there about Ocean Master, right? Or maybe it was through a text, and then we spoke the next day or something. Let me ask you, when did you think that I would be right for Aquaman?
The moment I decided I was going to do it.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
very early
awesome.
on. I'm like, you know, we know that Momoa was already on board, and I felt like
Right.
the only other guy that could go up against Jason that, you know, at least to the level that I need him to step up to, was yourself. So I floated the idea with Warner Brothers, with DC, and they could
They're like, no.
But wait. No, they were very supportive from day one. So from the get-go, knowing who was going to play Aquaman and kind of knowing Jason a bit more and, you know, getting to know his personality, I felt that you know, that part of the reason why I wanted to come to you was the fact that, you know, you guys are kind of different in a lot of ways. And I don't mean physically. And so I felt that going into it, that it was the right thing to do, getting someone that was a little bit different to who he is. So that way it helps to add to the idea that, you know, here Arthur Curry is an outsider to the world of Atlantis, that Orm has kind of shaped it in his sort of, in his look, with his sort of mentality, and kind of, and vice versa as well, how Atlantis has shaped, Orm in a lot of ways. And so, definitely, like in the same way, I would write Arthur character Jason's strength, I tried to write, Orym/Ocean Master to Patrick Wilson. Patrick, let me ask you, speaking of comfortable, how comfortable was it to physically embody Ocean Master?
As soon as you look at Ocean Master in the comics, I mean, he's just jacked. I knew that I wanted to push myself because I'd never done that. What we didn't know, and this will be interesting next time going through, is what the elephant in the room of being in a harness. Like, unless you're in a harness, you can't practice for that. Just doing that, being inverted, and then holding yourself in like that plank, and then trying to act like it's nothing and it's totally fine. I'll be, just doing more sort of core exercises to get ready for that. So, if I get out of jail. And if I can swim. If they're swimming. Is there swimming?
If they're swimming, yeah.
I'm curious to know what changed, right? That's sort of part 2 of the question, is what will be different about what you expected from shooting in these harnesses to what it actually ended up being. But could you visualize what these harnesses and what they would do and how they would help you?
Nothing in the underwater world was easy. One of my favorite, and it was a very simple sort of device that we sort of discovered that we used on Dolph Lundgren.
Yes.
Facts.
We realized that we didn't actually have to hang him on any wire. No. We literally just create a.
I'm lost for words.
Like
I got nothing.
Teeter-totter, right? That he would actually just stand on, and then we've a couple of thumb guys to the side. We just sort of jack him up.
Quiet disappointment.
It looks like he's just sort of floating in space. Yeah, and it actually worked out really well. And
it was Dolph Lundgren on a teeter-totter, which is, I mean,
you don't think so?
Beat that.
So believe me, I've learned a lot, and I know what to do in the next one. How did it help you, Patrick? Would you say the virtual?
I mean, you got like James Wan's enthusiastic.
Ways to do things.
Well, I mean, seeing the previs was super important because you want to know as you're sitting on top.
To be honest with you, I really don't want to talk about MCU. I was planning not to talk about the MCU too much because it's DC's day.
Am I writing? You show a picture of
well, I am high for some Doctor Strange and some Spider-Man 3 and some Blade.
That you then jump onto it to ride out of the scene.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
They just.
But it was different than what I expected. I love the.
I don't know if you guys agree with this. Been disappointing. I think I've seen some people saying that this has been a win.
It felt like a.
Bro, this has been a disappointment to me.
Where there is nothing, and you just have to make up everything. That's why we get into this business in the first place.
Right.
And so I'm totally. It makes you concentrate on those relationships. Me and Willem are like, okay, what do you want from this scene? What do I want from this scene?
That's so cool.
Do you find yourself more attracted to work that's like, whoa, this is gonna be big and flashy, or it's like, you know what, I want to be even in this genre as real, like as convincing as possible.
One of the things I love
if they say that Black Manta is the villain for Aquaman 2, I'm gonna freaking bump my head in this mic so hard.
Of this character and treat them to a visual world that they're not familiar with. It's just so cool to just sort of watch them watch the movie in sort of wide eyes.
Like just don't tell me the things I already know.
For how well the film was received by all the fans out there, and I'm excited to continue. The journeys of our heroes and anti-heroes, for that matter, and and to continue to expand on the world, with number 2, and ultimately trying to find new things to do that I didn't get around to doing in the first film. That's what I'm always trying to do, find something fresh. And I think the second one is a little bit more, I would say, a little bit more serious. A little bit more relevant in the world that we're living in today, and I think that's kind of where it wants to go. What are you looking forward to, Patrick, about number 2? What would you be excited to see or would like to see?
I'm excited for some new worlds. Hopefully, I'm just throwing that out there because I know you love world building.
James Wan got to get new writers for Aquaman 2, man. The writing in the first movie wasn't that good. The writing was pretty bad. The script was bad. But the directing was carried.
There's a lot of unexplored ocean out there. Anyway, we only know 5% of the ocean. It's people. So
that is true. That is true.
Clearly.
And I can definitely guarantee you new worlds in this next one. And I think you're going to be very excited with what. You as an actor, what you're gonna play with
arm.
Am I handcuffed the entire time? It's made of seaweed, right? I could just eat my way through it.
Now we're about to get the same thing with that corny ass boy freaking Shazam. Bro, oh my god.
Aquaman, I feel compelled to remind you to hydrate. So, drink more water. Or whatever it is you have in the cooler. We have so much more excitement to
No, you
come.
don't. Stop lying.
Get ready for a fan Q&A unlike you have ever seen before. That's right. It's animated Harley Quinn. Here is our delightfully deranged anti-hero wing calling it...
I'll be back, guys. I'm taking another break. Let me rest my back.
Hey everyone, what's up? Harley Quinn here, ready to answer some questions from social media. Ready? What would you say is the hardest part of starting your own criminal empire? Probably deciding where to go for lunch. You know, everybody just sits around just like tossing out ideas. Someone says Chipotle and everybody's like, ugh, we had Chipotle like 3 days ago. And then someone says a place that gets everyone excited. And then we call and find out they don't deliver. And then someone says Chipotle again. It's just such a pain in the ass. Next question. Will the series have a 3rd season? Please say yes to me. I need it. I love Harley and the show. I mean, I hope so. It's probably up to some dickhead executive that has a personal trainer who says the word core a lot. In which case, hi, Mr. Executive. Did you know the show is super cheap to make and I play well internationally because I'm hyper violent? Okay, next question. Which TV show would Harley probably love? Well, Robert Espinoza. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I do love the many offerings available on HBO Max. Between the beloved classic TV series offered and the massive Warner Brothers film library, it's crazy not to subscribe. Next question is from Adrian. Do you have any advice on how to get a girlfriend? Oh, Adrian, have you tried jerking off? It's not as good as a girlfriend, but people seem to love it. Next question is from Brant with a D. You spell your name Brant with a D? It's really f***ing lame. Okay. Harley, out of Batman's many Robins, which one is your favorite? I guess Red Robin. Takes balls to name yourself after a national chain of burger restaurants. I mean, I like burgers, so let's just go with him. Look, it's not science. Next question. From Sharjeel Mogul. Marry, kill. Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman. Oh, Wonder Woman. Kill the 2 dudes after I torture the shit out of them and make them fight each other until they're referencing their mothers. Marry Ivy. What? This is my fucking Q&A, okay? I don't have to play by the rules. Last? No, not last. Another question from Keegan Sandlin. Would you ever consider opening up a tattoo parlor? The tattoo parlor idea is interesting if I ever wanted to go legit. Or a tattoo removal clinic. You know, my ex had some pretty regrettable tats he paid a lot of money to have lased off. You know what I'm talking about. All right, we got another question from Gaz. No, I'm f***ing serious. That's this person's name. Question. What music would Harley have on a playlist to listen to while fighting a load of goons in a circus funhouse? Oh, usually when I'm in these melee situations, the voices in my head are singing an a cappella version of the theme song to Seinfeld. You know, I stopped putting in my earbuds during these situations because Ivy would always turn Spotify on at home. And while I'm exploding some goon's head, the Indigo Girls, Galileo comes on. It's just really f***s the mood straight to hell. Okay, next question from Mr. Jim Lee.
Hey Harley, what's it like working with the Batman? I'm a really big Batman fan myself, and I don't think people talk about him enough.
Batman is a pain in my ass, okay? He is a total diva, especially for being like, hello, 18th on the call sheet. Plus his day rate is astronomical, and if you ever say anything about it, he's all, I keep the lights on at Warner Brothers, which is a bullshit, because we all know that's still Friends and Big Bang Theory. Did that answer your question? All right, last but not least, we got a question from Ruchi Bhatia. Advice to all the girls on how to be more confident and badass like Harley. First thing you do is take all the and throw them out the window. You don't want those weighing down your confidence. Who gives a what others think of you? Okay, nerds, I've had a ball, but guess what? I gotta go. Bye!
Whoa, Harley, language. I guess we should expect her to keep the sensors on their toes, right? Now, let's welcome these three ladies I'm confident who will keep it clean and classy. With the upcoming release of Wonder Woman 1984, they and we have reason to celebrate. I'll let these wonderful women do the honors. Patty, Gal, Linda, it's all you.
Hi, everybody. Well, there's one more exciting detail that we're so thrilled to be here to talk about, which is it turns out next year is Wonder Woman's 80th anniversary. 80th anniversary, if you can believe that. She's been changing the world for 80 years. So there's two people who you cannot have this celebration without. Our current Wonder Woman, the one and only Gal Gadot, the best, and the legend, the inspiration, and the reason that we're all here, the person who brought Wonder Woman alive in our hearts and minds and set the world on fire, Linda Carter. Yay! And to be with you guys. What a special moment. 80 years. Isn't that amazing?
Unbelievable. Amazing. And it's crazy to think that only, three years ago, the first feature Wonder Woman was released. It's insane.
Crazy. It's crazy that it would take so long.
I know why. Find the right one. Yeah.
I was going to say it's because
I had very big shoes to fill.
Linda's very hard to replace and to be the new Wonder Woman, but there couldn't be two. It's funny how there couldn't be two more real Wonder Women in the world to play that role, and it's unbelievably unusual for both of you to be so magical playing this role. So I'm so happy to be here with you because this character has meant so much to me since the first day I ever heard about her. And like you guys have brought it to life for so many. And I'm so excited. Like next year, there's going to be a whole slew of things that DC Comics is doing and that Warner Brothers is doing to celebrate Wonder Woman's 80th anniversary.
Yeah, Wonder Woman inspires us, and our collective love for this character has endured for 80 years.
Gal and Patty, we are so excited. She has endured. She has endured for 80 years, and there's a reason. You have given her a new life, you and Patty. And when we put her during my era on television, she resounded, and there's a reason she resounds. And we are about to give you a first look at the official Wonder Woman 80th anniversary logo. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen it yet, but I can't wait to check it out.
Right? Let's see it.
Happy birthday, Wonder Woman. You don't look a day over 29. Also, there's a few more 80th birthdays to celebrate this year.
All right, I'm back.
Including Joker, Flash, and Catwoman, to name a few. Happy birthday. Here's to another 80. Now, over to you, Gino.
Hello, my fellow DC fans. My name is Gino Killiamore. I'm from the Philippines. Now, I'm not just one of your global hosts for today. I'm actually also a mega DC fan 365 days a year. So I just really wanted to take this time to say thank you to Warner Brothers and of course to DC for creating DC Fandome. It gave us something to look forward to this entire year, and now we're finally here. Now, one of the creative geniuses behind this incredibly cool experience that brings us together today is he's kind of on my high of all-time cool people, but he's also on the list of really cool people in entertainment because he makes it his mission to include Asian talent from around the globe in the DC community of artists, writers, and a whole lot more. And just a little bit of trivia, everything that you see around you was actually created by him as well. So I can actually say it, I'm standing on a Jim Lee creation. Now, Jim Lee, as you know, is a world-renowned comic artist, as well as a writer, editor, and the chief creative officer and the publisher of DC. And everything that you see around me, once again, is a Jim Lee creation. Now, let's drop in on a conversation that he's having with the founder of Gold House. Now, Gold House, if you don't know what that is, well, you're about to find out.
I'm Bing Chen. I'm part of Gold House. We're the largest collective of top Asian cultural leaders in the country, dedicated to ensuring the accurate representation and success of both the Asian as well as multicultural communities. It is such a spoiling treat to be able to interview one of the foremost Asian godfathers as well as godfathers of comic books.
We got 9 people watching. Can we get some 9? Can we get 9 likes, please? Come on, hit the like button, guys.
Jim, thank you so much for letting me speak with you today.
Hit the like button. Come on, don't be like that.
Likewise, sir. Well, I'll get right to it because I know how busy you are with the incredible DC fandom that you helped engineer. And this will sound sycophantic, but you really are a legend. I mean, you've literally invented superheroes. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you still have the Guinness World Record for most best-selling.
Bro, Jim Lee's been
it's like 8 million.
3 panels, 3 panels
decades ago. But yeah, it's still standing today. Thank you. Yeah.
I'm curious, given you've seen so much because you've built so much, what's different about superheroes today from when you first started?
So much is different. I mean, I've been in the business for over 3 decades now, so I've seen quite an evolution, not just in terms of the type of storytelling, but the creative community, the people that tell the stories. Our fan base is much more balanced out than it used to be. Back when I started, it was probably about 90% male, 10% female. The pantheon of characters predominantly white, living or operating out of New York City or cities like Gotham, Metropolis. And what you're seeing today is that we are in a global business. I mean, you know, through the power of media, film, TV, games, our content, our characters are global. You know, we have fans all over the world now. Like on my Instagram following, in the third biggest country of followers is Brazil, and you know,
amazing.
We publish in Brazil, but not like a ton of content, and that just like shows, it speaks to their passion, their love for our characters. They know our mythology inside and out. So you just start realizing that it's not just about North America or our our core publishing business. It's everyone around the world. That's the potential market and the reach. And so it's really exciting to have seen the evolution of this business move from something that was really kind of small and insular to something that really has kind of taken over pop culture. Really, everyone on the streets wearing the t-shirts. Back then, if you wore the t-shirt, you might get beat up. You know, exactly. But now today, it's like it's a badge of your fandom, right? It's like what you love, and it's no big deal. In fact, it's kind of cool, which is amazing. I feel like we live in an alternate reality sometimes.
I mean, it's so easy to say in hindsight.
Give me a sec, guys.
You know, you mentioned diversity in race and gender and geography and so forth, and the DC multiverse is certainly known widely for so many of these firsts. I mean, you have this insanely interwoven multiverse on the CW. You're the first studio to win Best Actor at the Oscars for a superhero and Joker, or really a villain, I should say, a super villain. I mean, I could go on and on. I hate to ask it this way, but how do you decide which of these risks to take, given you were the first and are the first in so many? And what can we expect to see next from the DC multiverse?
You know, I don't think we view it as a risk. I don't think there's a fear. I mean, I think there was probably an old school thinking, like, for example, like a female lead can't carry a movie, right? A lot of these sort of old school ideas of what worked or what the audience wanted or didn't want. And in many ways, it's been transformed, by the fact that it's become more global, that the audience has changed. And I think also data, right? Data is really interesting now because we actually have now direct consumer insights as to what they want and what they're looking for. And what they're looking for is representation. They're looking for content that reflects the world they live in. They want to see themselves represented on the screen in the pages of the comic books. And that is something that I'll just speak to my own fandom. You know, I've been around for a long time. That's not even an expectation I had as a kid, right? You just
hopefully the audio is still good enough.
To see something that
Let me boost it up a little bit.
Now there's a lot more fan engagement. There's a more direct connection between the content makers and the audience themselves. And you see that.
I had to move it back because it's sitting right here.
Sometimes negatively, but predominantly, I think it's really healthy and interesting, and it's transforming the business. So it's not about taking risks. It's about feeding the appetite, the desires of so many people want to see characters. Now you're seeing people want, can you make a deaf character? Can you make a character from my home country? How do you tell these stories authentically? And that means working with new voices, new talent from around the world. So to me, it's not about risk, it's about opportunity. And so it's really a golden era for content makers, and definitely the world that we live in.
Tell me how the audio is.
More diverse.
The audio's good?
We need to create more.
Give me thumbs up in the chat. Come on, let's go.
And I've seen that.
Let's get this rolling, man. We got the Batman trailer.
probably 5 to 10 years, and the demand is even more than ever before. And so I think it's
take
a
the L.
responsibility.
I just took the L with DC, man. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Excited for the Batman. That's it.
This appetite.
But let's get some thumbs up if the audio's good enough.
Something I really admire about DC is
So,
how you remember the
and let's get some likes.
One-dimensional. It's not
So
just
thumbs
a
up
matter
in the
of
chat,
race
likes
or gender
in
or
the
geography,
video
but all the
stream.
above. I mean, you also had the first transgender superhero on Supergirl with Nicole Maines, of course, right? And so it's really everyone being present. So much of this diversity, of course, begins on the page. Comics are not just some frivolous, fantastic world that we don't identify with. They're a new mythology. And I've often thought about this of how, we look to Grecian mythology and so forth, but it's been a while outside of comic books since we've had a real mythos that we could believe in and show us what we can do better. How do you think about taking a comic book and making it canon? Like, how does it become a real mythos for people? Because you've done this through characters.
Yeah. No, it's a really interesting process. When you get into comics, you're a fan, and you don't think necessarily about the underpinnings, the concepts, and the themes that are kind of that are connecting you to the material, right? You're just reading the story and you think it's entertainment, but a lot of times these stories are driven by characters that are underdogs, characters that have horrible, tragic things happen to them, like Batman. They have to overcome all odds and strive to be the best, to overcome their own personal demons. And to me, that's something that connects all of us, right? It's a universal thing, this need to overcome adversity, and how do we face adversity, and how do we turn adversity into something that's positive in our lives. So in my mind, it's more than just entertainment, and that's what keeps this stuff compelling. It keeps it around for 80 years. We've been publishing stories for 85 years. Batman's been around for 81 years. And we're excited to introduce the next version of Batman that speaks to a whole new audience that will last another 80 years. So this is our mission, and this is something that we don't take lightly, and at the same time, it's a lot of fun to do at the same time, right? So it's a really, really cool way to kind of be creative, share stories about, coming of age, of dealing with personal responsibility, introducing young people to these themes, and then seeing these ideas kind of become cool video games or TV shows or movies. I mean, it's icing on the cake.
Yeah, I mean, the DC multiverse, as you just alluded to, you've got publishing, you've got games, you've got collectibles, you've got TV, you've got film, and everyone and their mother across Hollywood wants that next great franchise like the multiverse that you've built. What can you tease about how you think about the evolution of the DC multiverse? We know it's inclusive, but what are the other things you can tease of its evolution?
I think we're in early days of it. I mean, the multiverse is something that DC popularized. If you think about fiction in general, DC did it first back in 1961. Kind of introduced this idea that there are alternate versions of everyone and all the superheroes on alternate Earths, and they're all slightly different. And that basically opens up the pantheon, the storytelling, to all sorts of incredible ideas. And now you can explore different themes in different ways. It's really about taking the road not taken and being able to kind of have your cake and eat it too, and just have Earth 3 where all the the Justice League are villains and the only hero is Luthor, and kind of exploring that dynamic. And it's a great foil to the core characters and knowing who they are. So it gives our creators tremendous freedom to tell their stories, and also allows us to introduce diversity and inclusivity through the multiverse, right? Earth 23 there's a black Superman, and Calvin Ellis, and so what kind of world does that look like, and how is that different from our Earth with Superman and with Clark Kent? And so these are great stories to be able to tell, and it's just really about broadening the experience and giving our creators the amazing tools to tell whatever story they want to.
What's the most exciting set of developments for you in comic books right now?
Right now in publishing, we launched a young adult, young reader program just last April. I mean, we've worked on it for years prior, but this is a huge opportunity for us. It's one of the fastest growing segments in the book audience, and it's a predominantly different audience than who buy our core comic book line. It's more female, it's definitely younger, and they want to see the heroes reflected in different ways that speak to them, the issues that they're facing, coming of age type stories. We kind of lost sight of the 8 to 10-year-old readers, and now we're actually addressing that and creating content for them again, and that's very exciting for us, because you need that young generation to keep feeding sort of this broad spectrum of readers that you have. And so that's been a really exciting initiative for us. Beyond the Young Reader program, we also shared in a previous panel during Fandome that we have acclaimed legendary writer John Ridley coming on board. John Ridley won an Oscar. He is a huge comic book fan, and he's actually going to come on board in 2021 in January and do a 4-part miniseries introducing a new Black Batman. And the question is, who is this Batman? And there's a cool backstory to it, has deep implications and impact on the future of the mythology. It is really an interesting take that's driven by his own personal relationship with his 2 sons. It is a really, really cool story, and we're excited to kind of show that anyone can kind of be Batman. And that's kind of part of the story, is like, we know who these heroes are, and we know what their core values, what they stand for. And if you think about it that way, we can all identify with it. And I think as we drive forward with this mythology, I think we have to look beyond just what has been established and look to other ways of really kind of updating and contemporizing the mythology. And that really is kind of our core mission, is like looking at these assets, and they've been around for a long time. They've been around for 85 years. Well, publishing for 85 years, Batman 81 years. How do we keep this interesting and fresh? And this is the kind of creative work that I love being involved in, and having someone like John who has the creative chops to be able to pull off a story that's really meaningful and is going to impact the rest of the DC universe is something that is going to be huge for us next year.
Yeah, I mean, serious kudos to y'all, though, because as you know, it's a reflection of our times of how do you hold on to some forms of legacy, but how do you be brave and smart and forward-looking enough to reflect today as well? And it's sometimes harder than it seems to balance the two. So, no, I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Last question is cheesy, but we have to ask for those who don't know, who across the pantheon of your multiverse are your favorite superhero and why?
Yeah, when I was a kid growing up, I liked the real oddball characters just because they're so unusual. And certainly when I was like 8 or 10, it's just more whimsical, and it just appeals to, like, you know, if you ever interact with young kids, the things they find funny or interesting are very different than like a teenager or adult, right? And so there's a character called Matter Eater Lad, which I always kind of, you know, he was a substitute. He wasn't even a full superhero. He was a substitute member of the Legion of Superheroes. Occasionally he'd kind of cross over, but his power, as you could tell from, he could eat anything. Matter Eater Lad, that was his power. He came from a planet called Bismol, and his way out of any problem was to eat it, right? If he's in jail, he starts eating the bars. There's a nuclear bomb that's going to go off. He starts eating the components of the bomb. And then, you know, as a kid, it was just like, it's ludicrous but funny, and I think it just shows that anything could be a power if you tell.
It's pretty much
really
it's
cool
pretty much
stories.
two guys just talking.
So
Jim Lee.
what
We
I
actually
like
met.
more,
I met Jim Lee at a comic book store. He was
favorite
cool.
characters from my childhood, and I always like kind of sharing his.
I got some signed autograph Jim Lee comics.
He's not very well known, and someday maybe
he's
he'll
a
be
cool
on
guy.
big screen. And let me tell you, that is really.
But yeah, they're talking about like diversity in the comics.
You know, you look at James Gunn, and he's doing Suicide Squad. He went deep into the DC catalog of characters, and he pulled out some tertiary, and I don't even know what's beyond, like, below tertiary. He took some
quaternary,
deep cuts into the DC catalog and pulled out these obscure characters with pretty random powers, but he made them really compelling by giving them cool backstories, cool character arcs. And I think people are going to go like, wow, that's amazing. Who is this character? And that's the beauty of it. It's all in the execution. So if you think about it, everyone has their favorite character, and they can all be elevated to, you know, movie star, you know, level, you know, love if given the appropriate attention and the right story.
Right. And especially with their platform. I was also going to say thank you for sharing your superhero with us. I wish the wonderful people of LA could be on that diet and make everything, just eat everything and make it demolished. But
and then that's the thing. He never like, he doesn't gain weight. He's not skinny. He's able to consume anything. I don't know where it goes. And you know, that's an interesting story. What is in his digestive system that allows him to yeah, exactly, a lot of fiber. I don't know.
Those are some dirty words for this city. Well, Jim, thank you so much for spending time with us, and congratulations on today and all the insane announcements. Again, like
insane,
as a fan,
bitch, please.
It's just such a treat. So thanks so much again for spending the time.
All right, thank you, Big. That was a tremendous pleasure. Thank you.
Insane. Kiss my ass with that. Is Shazam next? Yeah, it should be. Weekend of Shazam.
This was an amazing, very cool, unique experience. I actually worked off of a lot of the creativity of other people within DC and Warner Brothers who basically came up with the overall map for DC Fandome, right? The center Hall of Heroes island and then the 5 different islands that kind of float around it. I saw that there were 3 statues of Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, and then this giant kind of auditorium behind it. So first I sat down and I drew the Trinity. For the overall Hall of Heroes space, I was really inspired by the Justice League Watchtower, the satellite that the Justice League operate out of. It looks futuristic, but also very organic. So that kind of inspired in my head, what if we made this real? What if we made it a 3D model asset? And then we could kind of rotate the camera around and enter through the windows and do all sorts of crazy things. We started with the concept designs done in pencil, to inks, and then to color. Al Sinclair, who's my trusted colorist, gave it a really cool silver and gold palette.
That's the only type of Man of Steel.
When we started seeing the initial 3D assets come over, I was completely blown away. The actual floor of the hall is like one giant canvas. It was really flattering and really cool to see the art blown up in this gigantic scale behind the host. We knew that we wanted to have a space that was not confined by our imagination. We wanted to run amok with these crazy ideas, point to walls and spaces and things which should materialize and appear out of nowhere, and give us the ability to throw to different hosts or to different scenes or different panels at a whim. To make every element within this space active and alive. We were able to literally beam in hosts from all around the world. And we could place them in this virtual space. We could customize every facet of the production and put the art anywhere and everywhere we wanted it to be. And that's really kind of the fun of what you do as a comic book artist. You're creating an immersive world on a 2D piece of paper. This time it was kind of brought to life in really a unique, one-of-a-kind virtual space where anything
Man
is
Steel is freaking epic, man.
It's time to go back to you guys, the fans, for more questions. Now, this fan might look familiar to some of you guys.
Hey, it's Jake from State Farm here. The Amazons really inspired me, so I just decided to train myself to do it. Do you have any tips?
Yeah, well, you definitely need strength and drive and discipline and coordination, kindness and courage. That's a starting list.
Oh, check, yeah. And if I want to try to compete in the Amazon games, just checking, it's still all Amazons on the Mascara, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen for you. But keep up with the training, you never know.
Okay. Maybe I could just like be there to give a helping hand or some water, maybe a towel.
Question, do you guys actually think Jake State Farm is a real DC fan, or they just have that like a little studio, put little DC, you know, toys and stuff like that, a mug, just to do a little quick promo? That's the question for you guys. What do you guys think?
I'm so excited to share with you
Paid
guys
actor, or is he
24
real?
hours of unprecedented geekdom with everybody here today, and to introduce, of course, the DC Fandome Shazam panel. Now, the 2019 movie was not only groundbreaking as a superhero movie with something for everyone of every age, but it was everything you and I wanted from Shazam and the Shazam League. Now, the star of this movie may be just as big a kid as he is on the inside as the character that he plays, and he's the first to admit it. So if you want to know more about the next movie, all you have to do is say this word: Shazam!
What's up, fam? Welcome to the Shazam 2 panel. I'm Zachary Levi, here to talk about our bonkers awesome sequel. And, you know, answer as many of your questions as I can. Listen, you've been getting a lot of hot exclusive content from a bunch of other DC joints, you know, poster reveals and sneak peeks and motion comics and cast announcements, and I'm a little bit.
What cast announcements? What the fuck is this guy talking about?
In what I can talk about. But I don't
know what cast announcements he's talking about, but man, he's in the wrong place.
Which may or may not be the title. because again, you know, just a little limited in what I can talk about. Let's just get to your questions. I think that's probably let's do that. That's a good idea. Just gonna get to my iPad over here and let's just dive in here. From Nora in Canada. What's up, eh? Will there be a DC cameo in this movie? Nora, that is an awesome question that I unfortunately I don't really have an answer for, because again, ever so slightly hamstrung in what I can reveal to you, the fans.
Caval's gonna come.
Some other questions.
Calling it. Caval's gonna come.
I can't talk about
that. I need something, man.
Like
I need something.
I don't really have an answer. I can't actually.
Look at.
Ultimately, as you've probably picked up on, I can't say about. I'm sorry. Squat. Can I say?
Please do not.
Squat. Listen, you're smart people, right? I mean, we all know that these panels are just ridiculous clown shows where they trot out a bunch of actors to sell something out of nothing. So the real question is, how am I, Zachary Levi, supposed to fill 6 minutes alone without Squat? Well, the answer is, boom! Hey!
Hi.
Hey, Faith.
Hi, guys.
Okay, so guys, what is all this?
That is an awesome question. It's a Shazam 2 panel that
they're gonna announce Henry Cavill's gonna pop up. Watch, he's going to pop up and he's gonna confirm our theories about when he got signed, re-signed.
No, you cannot talk about that stuff, Asher Angel.
Oh, he's talking about.
What about all of the new villains?
Villains.
We knew about the cast of Suicide Squad 2, but we just didn't know what characters they were playing.
No, it's all a mystery. It's all
and
a mystery.
Let's be honest, do we really care
who
who's playing who?
At the studio,
I don't
they
know.
won't really let us say much.
They shouldn't announce the Justice Society of America.
But here we are, nonetheless, trying to provide the fans here with some exclusive content.
I can draw a poster for our new movie.
Yeah, that's super cute, Faith. Why don't you knock yourself out?
I'm pretty talented.
You're super talented, absolutely.
They're gonna announce it right here.
You're gonna do a bang-up job, whatever you.
Superman's gonna be in Shazam 2.
Zach, what is that you're drinking? Is that a Flow Subs protein shake?
As a matter of fact, Jack, it is.
That boy better get big.
Yeah, no, thanks for asking. This is the salted vanilla caramel protein.
Oh,
listen. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson gets his tequila. Jason Momoa gets, his water in a can. Look, I'm not trying to get you drunk, and I'm not trying to sell you something you can get out of a pond, okay? I'm trying to improve lives.
Okay, guys. I feel like we've gotten a little bit off topic, so
Oh, I have an idea. Since we can't say anything about, the actual movie, why don't you, the fans out there, tell us what you would want to see in Shazam?
New members should join the Shazam family.
Superman. I want to see Henry Cavill Superman.
Oh, totally. And we should give them rocket packs so they can fly with our characters.
Okay, yeah, that's all usable.
Well, Zach, is there
time? That's all I need. That's all I need.
To the Justice League Snyder cut, possibly? Maybe? No? Yeah.
Ooh, Asher, me likey, thinking way outside the box. I don't know if this is the right time to drop this on y'all, but I've been working on a little kind of Zack cut of my own from our first Shazam movie. I just goosed the energy a bit, brightened up the color palette.
Sorry, you recut my movie?
David Sandberg, our illustrious director. Hi, how are you?
I do like David F. Sandberg. He's a good director.
Oh, that's adorable. I can't wait to see it.
Wait. Faith, is that Sinbad the comedian?
Hang on a second. Somebody's trying to call in here. Maybe that's Adam.
Oh my God, Sinbad.
What it look like, y'all?
Bruh, miss me.
It looks like you. Hold on a second. Sinbad, are you in Shazam 2?
Well, you tell me, John Krasinski, am I? Because everybody thought I was in Shazam 1 before it even existed. Google it. I'm number 3 on the Mandela list, all right?
Oh, I am so confused.
Bro.
Man, you confused. You trying
to
with everybody. I mean, everybody. I mean, my family. Everybody thinks you started.
No one even know. Like, who cares about Sinbad? Like.
Wait. Do you mean Kazam?
No. People think I started in that one too. Kazam, all the Kazam.
Come on, man.
Relegated to the false memories of a entire generation, man. I'm here right now to rectify that situation once and for all with a big prominent role in Shazam 2. Thank you very much.
I'm not so sure that you can just demand that.
I got range, man. I can play like anything. I can play like good guy, bad guy. I can play Shazam's trainer. And great news, David. I already started working out for the movie. Check this out, man. I'm gonna look so good. I'll even do nude scenes. Little booty, not a lot.
Faith, don't draw that.
Hey guys, sorry.
Adam! What the heck, dude? Where have you been?
Freaking Sinbad. Bro, miss me. That's some weak shit.
For Kazam twos. It's crazy, by the way.
Yeah, I know, man. I'm gonna be in that one too.
Sinbad?
Okay, guys.
Faith, is that the title of our movie? Shazam Theory of the Gods?
For real?
That's the title?
Yes.
No
No squat. Exclusive content!
Starring Sinbad, finally.
That's it? Oh.
Well, I guess they didn't have much to say. Except the freaking title! Guys, we got the title! Yay! Now, our fans are flying high with some incredible costumes, so let's take a look at some of the best of fan hero cosplay.
Now, for a special treat, the cast of Wonder Woman 9084 is here to play one of their favorite games from set, Werewolf. Our game today, Werewolf 9084, has a DC twist. At night, scheming villains work to capture unsuspecting civilians. A superhero tries to save the day, and a detective works to discover who the bad guys are. The catch is, our players don't know who has which role, and they have to figure it out before the villains win. Let's see what happens.
Welcome everyone to the first ever game of Werewolf 1984. A wonderful game filled with laughs, deceits, and elimination. Was that a
The
house?
Batman trailer has dropped, but I'm not gonna react to it. And if you guys spoil it, man, I don't know, man. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Come on, man. Don't be like that. I'll take a break. Don't spoil it. I'll be right back.
Beautiful summer night in the 1980s.
Don't spoil it.
We are gathered in the most exquisite museum for an annual gala. Long ballroom gowns, very chic wear. Everyone is enjoying their night with a wonderful glass of champagne, maybe even some rosé, you know, in their hands, and some tab colas for those driving. It's glamorous, dreamy, music is playing. Everyone is having an amazing time. However, unbeknownst to the guests, there are some villains who plan to capture some of you. So everyone, please close your eyes and let the night begin. Everyone, please wake up. So, the party...
This is fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. The party did get sour. The villains, unfortunately, have been able to capture Pedro. And the superhero was not able to save Pedro in time. So
I'm out already?
You're out already. And you're the first one. You were so excited about the game.
So typical. I'm so afraid I was going to win.
And you're done.
All right, bye.
Oh man.
You guys should deliberate between each other. I'm gonna give you like 2 or 3 minutes.
I know who one of the villains is. It's Chris.
Okay.
No. Yes.
It's Chris.
You got me.
It's Chris.
Why do you
Because
Yeah.
Chris,
I love you're really good at defending yourself, Chris. You're going to be really good in court.
something in the middle because he had his eyes open and he was watching. And this is how it happens.
Me?
This is how.
How do you know that he had his eyes open, Patty? I thought
we all have our eyes closed. You're clearly doing something, and he responds to what you're doing that none of us can see. So one would only respond.
Was that his voice? I did hear somebody's voice.
Someone was speaking, innit?
But how do we know it was
Pastrami,
Is that
son.
true?
I can't believe I'm out.
All good. So, Patty, you think it's Chris?
I'm positive.
Yeah.
I don't want Chris to leave the game, but that sounded just like Chris, and whoever it was accidentally talked in the middle of their interaction with Fiona. So they had to have their.
It is interesting that Patty,
Patty is so.
Chris, you were the first person to talk, so maybe you have something to hide because
Thou does protest too much.
Chris, it was a man's voice. How do you know it was Chris?
I've played this game many times, and I'm telling you, I'm surprised you all that if all of us have our eyes closed and somebody is muffling and then they go, "Oh, I see," they have their eyes open.
Chris, do you mind saying OIC real quick? I'd love to hear it again.
OIC.
I don't think it was that clear. It was more muffled.
Should we start all over again, fresh?
Yeah.
Thou doth protest too much. That's Shakespeare.
Can I just say one quick thing? Connie, I do actually think is a villain because before we started, when she was asking about the rules, she goes, "So you just BS?" But you wouldn't say you just
That's
BS.
a good one.
You're a civilian. You'd say, so you just tell them you're actually a civilian.
Or I
So
am
Kelvin.
empathic. I am extremely empathic, which is, Patty will confirm, I am so empathic that I continuously put myself in the other person's place. And that is what I was doing. I am
Incredibly
naturally
empathetic,
because of that.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Okay.
empathy.
Okay. So, do we all want to unanimously vote on who?
I sadly say vote on Chris because it's the only person I'm sure about.
I think
You
that
guys,
was
and you guys, yeah.
I'll hop on board with that.
Okay. Two
I
votes
think-
for Chris. Jesse, you're voting for yourself, Chris?
Uh-huh.
Oh. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Who wants Connie to be voted out? 1, 2,
Kristen is
3.
not
And
voting.
who wants
Chris is-
Patty to
Chris-
be voted out?
Chris can't vote twice.
I think. Look at
Chris can't
Jesse.
vote twice. That's literally. They are straight up anarchists. He is.
Okay.
Jesse.
Listen.
Same way. It's the same way I play poker.
And the only one who has gotten 5 votes is Chris. So unfortunately, Chris, you are voted out. Do you want to reveal who you are to the public?
I'm a sandwich-eating villain.
Oh, so let's jump into round 2. The night creeps up again. Everyone, please close your eyes. All right, everyone, please wake up. We have an eventful day ahead of us. It is upsetting to say, but the party did, in fact, get sour yet again. The villains are out there, and they captured Gal. Gal has been captured by the villain.
Wow.
So who must have done these horrible deeds?
Ravi looks very concerned.
Yeah.
I was doing a breathing exercise during that time, just kind of multitasking.
I will say one thing, Ravi. I did hear that sort of static during the night. That is
You
on
felt
your
like that was
line.
my static?
Yeah,
Now
there's
we started to
static on your
mention-
line.
I gotta
heard
tell you,
that
that's
when my eyes were closed.
I think we can all agree that's a bit of a reach, and that.
No, I heard that little laughter, and then I heard the static. Guys.
Look, guys, I'm just an everyday art collector. I'm at this.
Now I know he's definitely.
I'm a big Bears fan.
I vote Ravi.
Wow.
Yeah, I vote
Wow.
Ravi too. Yeah.
This is unbelievable. Now we know
Ravi, is there
Kristen
anything-
and Connie. We have 2 people who just outed themselves. They're clearly colluding. That
Are you hearing?
little sound.
Static. Are you hearing? I heard it.
What was specific? What was specific to me about the static?
That you are the one who's causing static when you move around or you do something. So I didn't notice that. Very astute, Connie. Very astute.
Actually, I fixed my static. If you look at the chat room.
Oh, it's static.
Okay. So why don't you check the records?
Please,
Okay.
Rob, just keep on talking because I just really don't
Now, this brings me to another theory that I was working on during my breath work, which, by the way, all the progress is gone. I was working on a theory that Patty knew that Chris was on her team, took him out so that
All we
she
hear
could
is
last the
All we hear is
full game.
But I also will say one thing, and I just want to keep that in mind. I also heard Kelvin laugh. Now, Kelvin could have laughed while my eyes were shut because he was a detective, or because
I'm not even going to dignify that. I'm very busy today. I can't deal with this. You can speak with my lawyer. I'm very busy.
Defensive.
Are we guessing detective and superhero also?
No. We only guess, but I'm just trying to say I heard the laughter. That's
funny. It was during detective. So I think it was during detective because I heard a voice during detective. But if
I did too.
That's okay.
That's okay. We don't want to get rid of that.
Static.
It could have just been Chris eating his 15-foot hoagie.
I actually really want to hear what Jessie thinks. She has been very quiet.
Very quiet. I know. So Jonathan,
I just want to know your opinion.
I think the static is interesting, but did we hear the static at the same time that he said, "Oh, I see," or was it at a separate time that would have implied movement?
it was in between his breath exercises. That's when we.
Not when he was.
Was the static in the first part? Was it in the first part when the villains had their eyes open?
Yes, I believe so. I believe so.
That's what would be the tell, is because it's only what happens when the villains have their eyes closed.
Yeah.
I also would like to hear what Jonathan says, because I think he's been very quiet.
Yeah. I just feel like Ravi was he was very concerned when Gal got captured, unfortunately.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And by the way, the villains wouldn't want to take out another villain. So I thought she was a villain, which has happened between us before, and it was very hard to have to call out, as it is with Chris, my friends, for being villains. But it was true.
But so who can take out another villain for strategy because they don't look like a villain?
You could, but they're only three. So they wouldn't take out both.
Well, we only have two left, right? We only have two villains left now.
You only have two villains left.
If they voted out Gal, there'd only be one. So they probably wouldn't vote one of their own out.
So
I say Robbie.
Who do we want to vote? You say
Well,
Robbie?
I would love to circle back on Connie, actually, because she was just kind of doing a lot of drive-bys.
Robbie, it might be too late here, Robbie. It might be too late.
Whoa. Look at all the people. Look at all the boxes of people that don't want me to speak. These are our oppressors.
Listen, this is what we will do. This is what we will do. Who votes for Robbie to be taken out? Please raise your hand.
Sorry, Robbie.
That is.
You know what? Maybe I'm a little
That is a lot of people.
Unanimous, my bro.
All right, Robbie, I'm so sorry to say, but you are out. You are out, Robbie. Do you want to reveal who you are?
What were you?
What
I was
are
a
you?
civilian.
Were you?
Uh-oh.
I'm a concerned citizen, and this is the world we live in.
Let's jump into round 3. The night is back again. Please close your eyes. Everyone, please wake up. Unfortunately, the villains are on a roll. They have completely manipulated the situation, and it just seems like Patty, poor Patty, has been captured.
Oh no!
Killing us here.
And we are dwindling. Please,
we have
let's
to
figure out who
I have
the
a theory.
villains are. Yes, Kristen, what is your theory?
I have a theory. Okay.
Yeah.
When we just voted Robbie out, when he revealed he was a civilian, we all felt bad and we were surprised. But Gal, you did not look surprised that he was a civilian. So I feel like you knew because you have your eyes open.
Gal's captured.
No, I voted on that.
Never mind.
Okay, there was one superhero there. We are 6 left, okay? One superhero, one detective, 2 villains. That means that 2 of us that are left here are civilians.
But who knows
the
who
other
got,
2
eliminated
that are not
or
superhero
captured.
and are not detective are villains. So
There's 2 civilians, 2 villains, is what you're saying.
2 civilians, 2 villains, and 1 superhero and 1 detective right here.
They can't know that
It could have been
I
villains.
was captured and Patty was captured.
And
Pedro was captured too.
Pedro was captured first.
I think I know who a detective is. Does that matter?
Yes. Who do you think? Who do you think it is?
I think it's Kelvin because he's holding a marker, and every time the detective writes
Yes.
Okay, that's very good. Calvin, what do you have to say about that?
The silent marker I bought on Amazon for $99. So
That is an
nice try.
No, the sound of the coffee is
Have a marker.
Oh, you have a mark. Okay, well.
I do, and it makes the same noise that we heard during.
But he was holding it. He was holding it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So Calvin, is there a reason why, if you are the detective, why would you not tell people?
Because I'll get killed, right? Or I'll get captured right after this.
That's very true. Good. Okay.
I still think it's Connie.
I am literally like the kind of person who can walk through any security because they
Exactly. The worst villain can walk through any security.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Jonathan's got his mask on. Something's going on. We've got some
I'm
clenched.
just chilling, fam.
Oh, Jonathan, what are you?
I'm just chilling. I'm watching comics.
I think Connie can't be a villain because Chris voted for her the first time, and he was.
I agree. Yeah.
Kristen said us villains the last round and pointing at herself.
I tried to vote both times.
Did you hear that?
No, I was saying people and then people.
Okay.
Yeah, but you said villains when you said the second one, and you pointed at yourself.
I didn't mean to. I'm not a villain.
Okay.
Wait a minute. I read an article that you did once, Kristen, where you said, I'm a really good liar. So
What?
Oh, wow.
yeah, I did. I read it somewhere.
Oh no. Now I'm
out.
Robin, because Robin, that's a little sneaky.
Okay.
By the way, I never said that. I'm a terrible liar.
It wasn't
So,
not that.
now
Was,
I think it's
it was in
Robin.
a magazine. I'm just putting that out.
Robin. I think Robin
Yeah, Robin, you're very calm.
Oh, Robin, I see. Now you're saying it because the everything's closing in.
Everything's closing in.
There is something about that marker. Let's just go back to that marker.
But not the blue one. The blue one's different.
You can hear whether it was blue or black.
Yeah.
You want to compare marker noises?
Yes, please.
Do we check on that?
That's a great idea. Yeah, let's hear.
Hey, Jesse, go.
Let's hear.
Nope. Not it.
Okay.
You guys, it was during the detective. You don't want to vote all the detective.
Yeah, you don't. That's one bad thing to
trying to
do.
find
basically,
Unless you're
Don't the villains.
unless you're a villain.
All right. So are we down to vote? Let's do some voting. So
Vote for
from
Connie.
what I was understanding, people thought Robin was the villain. Who wants to vote for
but
that?
I'm not sure anymore.
Yes,
I'm voting Robin.
You're voting Robin?
Anyone
else? Anyone else?
For no
Okay,
reason.
no one. Who's voting for Kelvin? No one? Okay. Connie? Anyone voting for Connie? Okay. Okay.
Nice.
Just for the fun of it, anyone voting Jonathan? No, and Jesse?
Jonathan, I'll do it. And come on, somebody back me up here. There's got to be somebody who believes
I'm
that
just a sweet
Jonathan
young
could
man.
be like. Come on, Jesse. Just give it up. Just help me out.
Connie, I think it's time. I think you got voted out.
You guys,
Connie. Unfortunately, she was the civilian. I will confirm that. Okay. Wow. The numbers are going down. So we have 2 villains on the board currently, and we have 3 civilians, including superhero and detective. All right. So let's jump into the next round. Round 4. Everyone, please close your eyes. Everyone, wake up. Seems that the villains are back at it again, and they were able to successfully capture someone. Kristen, unfortunately, was captured last night in a dreadful match.
Really
So
heartbreaking.
who could we assume did that? There's 4 of you guys left. Yes.
Probably Kelvin.
I now think it's Jonathan.
Can everyone reveal their writing utensil? That is a teacup.
Oh, that's a stapler.
I think it's Jonathan.
so you are the detective.
No.
I don't want to know who they
No.
You think Jonathan, do you have anything to say to defend your case? Do you know any information?
need
Are
to
you
defend
guessing
myself.
anyone?
I'm innocent.
You don't need to defend yourself?
No.
No? Okay.
These guys
Okay,
will put
fair
themselves into a circle, the villain.
Jonathan's in England. He's like, I just need to go get a pint. I just it's
Mate, I'm trying to get a London Pride.
He's
Right.
in Phoenix,
Yes.
Arizona. The accent is a whole thing that he does.
It's a facade, see?
Part of my disguise, isn't it?
Okay.
Robin was trying to vote out Kristen as the villain, and we've now revealed that Kristen was not a villain.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And wait, who else voted for Connie?
I voted for Connie.
Is it Kelvin? Did Kelvin vote for Connie?
Yeah.
All right.
I did think it was Connie.
Yeah.
But we've had
Okay.
a long
But we're
run.
pretty sure you're the detective now.
Gone back like a decade.
But
Connie.
so everyone is sure that Calvin is a detective. Is it true? Is it false? We don't know, but we are sure.
So it's between Kristen, Jesse, and Kelvin and Jonathan?
No, it's between Jesse, Jonathan, and Kelvin. And you.
And Robin.
I keep going back to Jonathan. Sorry.
Jonathan.
God bless
Okay.
you, man. I don't know why. I don't know how you kind of.
How could you do me like that, man?
I don't know. It's
All
a
right.
quiet, insular thought thing.
Oh, who would we like to vote out? Let's do a vote for Jonathan. Who's voting for Jonathan? Okay, we got two. Jesse, three. Well, I don't even think we can vote for anyone else. Jonathan, unfortunately, you're out. You're out, man. You're out. Do you want to reveal what you are?
I was a civilian, man.
I actually think that was the last round because the villains did win this game. Villains, would you like to reveal yourself?
Robin.
I knew it!
This is my weapon.
Your weapon.
Almost voted for you. Somebody saw you with that pen. With your
Who's
murder
the villain? Robin, Calvin, and who else?
So Robin and Kelvin were the villain. Gal was the detective. Pedro was the superhero.
I'm so sorry.
Robin and Kelvin.
Did I capture you?
That was slick.
Yeah, you get to invest. So you chose, I think the first one was Pedro. You chose to, yes. And I said that he wasn't a villain.
I didn't want him out of the game.
Yeah, well, he wasn't a villain. So I told you that, no, he was not a villain. So, but he got captured and he should have saved himself. Because if he saved himself, then he wouldn't have been captured.
Pedro, yes. You were like.
Instead, I saved Robin.
But he didn't.
What is up?
So stupid.
I feel like I know we're not gonna do that, but I feel like now we need to start to play the
I know.
game.
Now I know I would never trust Robin, not a damn.
She was herself out. I was devious. I did know at the moment she was attacking Kristen, I was sort of like, wait, what, the article?
That's when I knew, but no one listened to me.
It was
And
a
I was-
smooth
Yeah,
civilian.
Kristen was on her.
I really enjoyed watching you work.
Robin reading an article. That was.
I read it. I read
Well,
it.
well, thank you everyone for coming.
All right, I'm
and
back.
playing The Werewolf
We back.
1984.
We back.
That was a lot of fun. Thank
Man,
you guys.
I like Wonder Woman, don't get me wrong, but man, this Wonder Woman 84 has been very underwhelming to me. I haven't been too fond with it. And we had three panels of what was that? What was that?
Tech girl Samurai from South Africa.
What was that? They were playing a game show that it wasn't even fun.
Gino, hello world, Sam Richer, and I am so excited about the amazing content we have in the DC fandom. There is so much to see and do. Now, gaming is my passion, and I am
Alright, so we're gonna get the Suicide Squad and then Batman, so let's knock them out, man.
I think we should share the killer news with you. And who's gonna do it? The one and only Will Arnett.
This fucking guy.
Son of a bitch, that hurts. Golly. DC, you have the cheapest teleporters. That hurt. All right, Fandomers, I think I know why I'm here. Check this out.
Here's a Suicide Squad game, Ace. Metropolis.
Give me a sit rep. I've got eyes on the target. Air support is getting cut to pieces. Where the hell are you? I'm going in.
We lost the target. Repeat. Task Force X has lost the target.
Oh, what the fuck?
Don't worry, boss. We got this.
Dude, what happened to freaking Harley Quinn?
Lay down suppressant fire.
Keep it down, Hal. The ears are still ringing after that last Barney.
What is that? Australian for hangover?
I believe I can translate. Boomerang has a concussion. From the enemy you missed in our last encounter.
Guess those teeth are sharper than your eyes, Shark Man. I never miss.
Never miss. Yeah, we bloody know. You never shut up about it.
Task Force X. Alpha target is in the open. Get your asses to the Metropolis Grand Hotel and engage. Before I have another reason to blow those bombs in your heads.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm international underground. Stop the ground. Like a million elephants, the silver back around. You can't stop a train. Who wants some, don't come home prepared. I'll be there, but when I leave there, you get up so lame. When the man comes up, there ain't no rain. So now we sit in the drop top, so we in the silk, we try not to slip. Hit some of us without the net.
Smooth.
Well, that should knock a few years off the old sentence.
That's reminded me of something. Oh yeah! Waller's stupid alpha target. Who are we supposed to be killing again?
Superman! The only thing I'm getting, man. That's sad.
It's Superman. The mighty Superman has just rescued that pilot.
What a show off. Beat it, Spandex! We're on a top secret assassination.
Get him, Soups!
No.
So, figure out who we're killing yet? Oh, fuck!
Those traces on. Did you ever think about rock a microphone like that? There, feel safe street. Think things happen every time we meet, like a track team.
I shouldn't have done that, Shark.
Wow. Okay. Very dangerous. Yeah, that's more dangerous than they said it would be. It's come on, get me out of here, please. Hello?
Oh, I got someone!
Okay. I'm sorry. Who are you?
Who am I? Who am I?
That shit was trash!
Quinn, fart face! Who are you?
Wow.
Hey, Jax, come here!
Hey, who is it? A new lawyer? You gotta help us, mate!
No. I'm sorry. No, I'm not a lawyer. Although I probably played one once. But no. I'm Will Arnett.
Will Arnett? I'm your biggest fan. BoJack was the only thing that kept me going in Bel Rev. Every night. Starved. Tortured. Experiment.
Wait. An actor? Great. Hang up, Quinn.
No. Wait. Hang on. Don't hang up. Look, maybe I can help. What seems to be the problem?
It's Waller. She wants us to kill the bloody Justice League. We're way out of our depth here. We need to get out of this insane mission.
Speak for yourself. I can see the headlines now. Harley Quinn finally kills the Bat.
Okay, well, there you go. That is the can-do attitude that I'd expect from a group called the Suicide Squad.
That moniker does not bode well for our chance of success.
All right. Well, I tell you what. Why don't you just give me the rundown? Who are you guys? What kind of powers you got? I mean, what are we working with here?
Captain.
Sure thing, William. The name's Harley Quinn, and you could say I'm the leader of our little task force.
Character design. Trash.
Explosives, dead superheroes, things.
No gameplay. 2022. Evil Superman.
I'm Deadshot, team leader, world's deadliest assassin and most dangerous marksman alive. And I'm...
You may call me...
Who the fuck wants to play as King Shark?
the rightful ruler of the seas, and therefore...
Who the hell wants to play as King Shark and Captain Boomerang?
but not least, the one...
And why do they keep on giving us this freaking evil Superman? I just don't understand it, man.
But don't try calling me the leader of this sorry lot. No, thank you. Leaders are the first to get their heads blown off.
Okay, so what? And forgive me, you throw boomerangs?
Exactly. Don't know why it took everyone else so long to get it.
Aw, sweetie, we just didn't care.
Okay, well, I mean, does anyone have laser vision or like a?
I've been sitting here, right?
Suit or?
And I've been waiting for something, right? For a Superman.
The world is depending on you guys, right? When I look at you,
We get an evil Superman for a game that I could care less about.
or an evil clown lady, or a giant monster.
Hey, who are you calling a giant monster?
No. You see, what I see heroes.
This is the worst thing of the panel. And I don't care if you guys like it. I don't like this shit, man.
Ready to pay back society.
This shit don't look good to me.
Themselves a
And it still follows in the agenda of Warner Bros. And freaking DC. Get a Superman and turn him upside down.
It's literally called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. That is kind of the whole point.
Ooh, do I get to like devour them and gain their powers?
I don't know. Is that a thing? I mean, I can't see why not.
All right, screw it. If we're gonna die on a mission, might as well do it paying back those self-righteous pricks.
Then it is
Nah, man. Nah.
Let us do it for a
Don't give us. I'm not gonna talk about it, man. I could care less about the Suicide Squad to begin with. Giving me a video game is not gonna do anything for me. And making Superman evil is like a marketing that freaking DC and freaking everyone has been doing for the last freaking 5-10 years. And I'm just getting kind of over it, man. I'm getting over it. And I'm getting tired of a Suicide Squad fighting these freaking
Okay. Well, thank you guys.
godlike beings, aliens that they should not even be touching. They're not gonna. That's not even a fight. You know?
I have a feeling that things are about to get really messy.
This shit was trash. I didn't like it. Simple as that. This is the worst panel.
We're not doing this, right? Not a chance.
Wasting my time.
That still stings. I mean, it beats the subway, but
I'm frustrated too, man. Give me this Batman and let's wrap it up, man. I'm done with this DC fandom shit, man.
From Rocksteady Studios, y'all. Stefan, how'd you get here? Did DC also teleport
As
you
a
to the
Superman fan,
background?
I'm frustrated. Very That's a good comment, Ants. This is very frustrating.
Good, that's neat. Lucky.
But you know what, man? I'm a Batman fan,
DC actually
but I love
teleported me
Supers
into
too,
the,
man.
into the Fandome,
It is messed
which,
up.
Really hurts, but good. Green screen. You're lucky. Cool. Good for you. Okay, well, I guess, look, the cat...
I don't want to hear about this weekend's game.
Rocksteady's new game, and there is a lot of anticipation behind it, right? And the Arkham games are extremely
I ain't buying this game.
popular,
You can kiss my ass with
and
this
buzz
game.
has
I ain't
been
buying
building
it.
behind this
I ain't
new
buying
game,
it.
So,
I ain't wasting my money on
What
this.
can you tell us?
2022, I'm gonna forget about it.
Proud to be able to reveal Rocksteady's
Shut the
Suicide
fuck up, you
Squad.
little fucking
it's
weasel.
A unique new franchise for gaming, and we've been able to put our own spin on it and create something really special that I think gamers are
Trash
going to
and
love
his Captain
enjoy.
Boomerang.
Obviously, it's brought to you by the team that created Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight. And in fact, this is a continuation.
Where Harley
of
looks
the Arkham
nasty.
games. So a
Harley
lot
looks
of
like
the
freaking Ronda
proofs
Rousey.
and the storylines you're going to see come to fruition.
I don't know
in
what's
this
up these
game.
freaking
So we've been able to
designs
combine
of
all
these
that core
characters
DNA
recently, but
with
they've
some
been
really
trash.
great, unique innovations and create what we think is going to be
Freaking Avengers game, the Arkham game was kind of.
Okay, well that's awesome. But let me just ask you this: why this game? Why Suicide Squad?
Well, when we're starting any game, Rocksteady games are all about.
Fuck you, Rocksteady.
Game, you know, it's all about that
Legit.
Kind of heart
This is
and
for you,
soul of the
Rocksteady.
characters
Fuck
that we
you.
want to bring to life. So we
Fuck
worked
you,
with
Rocksteady.
DC, we looked at all the different properties, all the different great.
You
characters
hyped up a
that they
Justice League
have.
game. You hyped
And
up a
Suicide
Superman
Squad
game.
really
You hyped
spoke
up a
to
Flash
us
game.
because
And you
of
give a
how
Suicide Squad.
fascinating these flawed characters are, and the fact that it's fusing all of these characters together. When you're creating a game, you're creating a universe, and you want to build it with real heart and soul inside it. And that's what really inspired us to make the Suicide Squad game, because DC have this fantastic roster of villains,
And
being able
Rocksteady,
to play
he
these
fucked up
villains and
Arkham
see
Knight.
the interaction
That game
and
was
life between
disappointing.
them is something that got us really
So
energized.
fuck Rocksteady. I ain't buying none of these games. I'm not buying Arkham. I'm not.
Probably everybody's biggest question
Montreal. I'm
that
not
they want to know
buying
is
this one. Nah.
And no offense,
I'm
but
cool on that, man.
what is
I'm
wrong
cool on
with
this.
you, man? Why are you making a game about a group of bad guys taking on some of the most beloved heroes of all time?
Well, I think
Fuck you, Rocksteady.
Our characters in interesting,
Nah, shut the fuck
exciting,
up. Fucking.
and dynamic situations, and it felt like the Suicide Squad naturally really lends itself to that. Even just starting with their boss, Amanda Waller. She's part protagonist, but also part antagonist. She's stuck these nanite bombs in their heads, and she's forcing them to do this impossible mission. This mission to take on and kill the Justice League, and I think. That's where you always find, I think, the magic is when you can put characters in these situations that are absolutely impossible. And then to a certain extent, these things kind of write themselves, because once you've got that premise, you just let that live and breathe, and you think, right, well, how the hell can the Suicide Squad kill the Justice League? How can that even happen? And really, that's the genesis of the game. And then it's down to us to take the player on this journey and tell this story of how that could even be possible.
Hearing that, let's get into it. Let's get into the nitty-gritty, the stuff that the hardcore gamers like me want to know. Exactly what kind of game is this? What am I doing in this game?
So the game is a hybrid of Rocksteady's experience in bringing characters like Batman to life, that superhero empowerment, combined with really powerful, awesome gunplay. So the superhero empowerment, I guess supervillain empowerment here, is looking at each one of the individual squad members and looking at what's unique about them and transferring this into this really
No
powerful
love for
gameplay.
suits.
And using that again, those skills and techniques that we've learned.
I gotta
over
start
the
like
years, but
a
actually adding
promotion
more
to my
richness
channel.
and depth to each of
Give
them.
him
So
Superman
each
as
one of
much
them has
love
a
as
richer
possible
move
because that's
set,
what he needs,
more
man.
things you can do,
just-
and more skill required
just
to
not right.
master them than you even had
It's
with
just not
Batman.
right.
So to do that across the spectrum of Suicide Squad members has been something that's been really
It's
enjoyable,
like,
and I'm
if
really
he's
proud of
so
what the team have achieved
OP,
there.
why
And
not
then you
make
can combine that
interesting
with the gunplay,
storytelling so you can
the
have like
awesome weapons you're developing over
a
the
battle?
course of the game,
He could fight
combined with the
Brainiac, like
melee
that's not a
weapons that you
problem.
have, like Deadshot's
But
wrist
no, let's
cannons,
make him
harness
fight
baseball
Batman.
bat,
You know,
sharp,
let's always have those two
wielding
fight.
twin cleavers,
You know?
and special enhanced traversal moves you can use.
Where's
like
my fight
Deadshot
between Superman
doing
and
a fuel
Brainiac?
dump
Where's my
and
fight
setting
between
enemies on
Superman
fire?
and
You know, so there's-
and Doomsday,
it's
the
really
real
about
Doomsday? I
creating
don't
a
know.
whole spectrum of possibilities for the player
You
to
know,
use.
slobby
and just letting
CGI
them loose
Doomsday.
and
That's
enjoying
not
them as
even
much as they
Doomsday.
can.
Wow,
That was not
sounds
Doomsday.
awesome. Let's take a couple questions now. We've got.
Where's my real fight? I know you guys do like the fight with Superman and Zod. Like we can still get stuff like that. You know, like they just don't understand Superman. They, honestly, I really believe that DC does not get Superman at all. Because you know what? They don't get the man of Superman. They get the super, the powers, the eye candy, the action, but they don't get the man. And that's the problem with a lot of people with Superman when it comes to Superman. He's human. He's an alien, but he's human.
It's never been done before in any medium. So we created this open world over which the game takes place, and I think it's really a love letter from us to DC fans. I think they're going to love it and really
But it's
enjoy it,
kinda-
and it's something that I'm really proud of. Team have done a phenomenal
You know,
job.
it's an
with that.
irony because I'm wearing this
Question
freaking
here, also from the UK,
Batman
which
shirt,
is
but
you're from the UK and
listen,
both
man,
questions are from the UK.
I shouldn't
so
listen to you, Andrew. I don't know if
do
you're
the
watching.
But
You
Ellen
said
from the UK wants to know with the
I'm only
Suicide
you
Squad
said
game
I'm only excited for the
that's
Batman, and
coming
that's
out,
it.
Will we be
I should have put all my hype for this Batman. This Batman trailer better be the most hype thing I ever seen in my life.
Just one.
Okay.
Which character is it going to be? Guess. Want some help killing Superman?
Well, the game itself, the structure of the game is it's a 1 to 4 player.
This Batman trailer
if you want
better
to play
be some
single player, you can totally
Infinity
play
War,
single player. I mean, our
Endgame.
mantra has been that you play this game
Hype.
how you want to
Hype,
play
hype,
it.
hype.
So if you play single player, you'll still have a full squad with you. You'll have 2 players, 2, 3, 4 will be filled by bots who will fight along with you and really join in the fun and obviously give you that squad experience. But if you want to play multiplayer with your friends, that's still absolutely great. They can join in and take the role of the other squad members. And the great thing is that that's a dynamic experience. So you can play some of the story single player, some multiplayer. The whole game is accessible, single player, multiplayer.
They ain't gonna give us no love for Superman. It's just the way how it is.
So it's really something that we just
It's
want
just
to
the
give
way
up
how
to
it
the
is.
fans and let them
But
choose. And of course,
let's see
if you're
this
playing
Batman
single
trailer,
player,
man.
the
I've
other
been
cool
seeing
thing
on
is you
Twitter
can
they
even
say it's
switch between
hype.
the characters.
This
You'll
better be the
never
most
lock
hype thing.
to any particular character
This-
for any particular section of the game.
This
So
trailer
you want
better-
players Deadshot, jetpacking around,
This trailer
sniping
better-
enemies, you can
man,
do
I
that.
can't even talk.
And then
This
boom,
trailer
just
better
instantly
be
switch to
the
playing
best
as Harley,
thing ever.
swinging around and flying into enemies with a
The
baseball bat
second
around the head. So
coming of
there's
Christ
so much
in this
freedom in the
one.
way you play the game because we really
It's
wanted
pretty
to
cool.
get
No,
across
man.
that
I
feeling
can't.
of
I don't
being a
need
whole
pretty cool
squad
for
and
me,
not just
man.
one
I'm
person
right
going
here.
on this mission.
Lastly, I'd like to know if
And
it's
I
okay
need
with you
to.
if, can I
I need it to be
I'm not saying
cinematic history.
Force X. I'm just saying maybe just
Don't tell me in the comments. Thank you for saying, commenting and stuff, but I don't need no pretty cool, man. I'm pretty very frustrated right now with this.
I think we can
as a
maybe
fan.
make something work, Will.
And all the hype stuff too,
then
you know.
it's settled.
Like,
That's awesome. That's the contract.
getting very
Thank you
hyped
for
for
joining us,
this was
Steph.
like the
It's,
wrong
the
decision.
game looks absolutely spectacular, and it will
like,
be made even better by the appearance of me as an NPC.
Sure thing, Will. Good luck teleporting home.
This fucking weasel, man. Shut the fuck up.
I've made a huge mistake.
Are you kidding me? That game looks
Batman
insane.
time.
Talk about turning the tables.
Matt Reeves, Patterson, Batman better save this.
It looks so awesome. In fact, you know what? I officially challenge you to a game.
I mean, we've been hanging
I
out with the fans.
nah, it's high. It's
We
high.
also
It's high.
have
I'm
our
going
fan
high.
questions.
I have so many questions, Sam, but
I'm
I'm
nervous
actually going
now.
to hold them for Matt Reeves, who's going to be
All right, here
joining
we
us
go.
here very soon.
Okay, great. I tell you what, why don't we go and chat to James Gunn and see what he had to say when I asked him my question, which was, if you could be a Suicide Squad member or which member you identified with the most, who would it be and why?
I probably identify with Polka Dot Man because he is completely an outsider who's a mess, who doesn't know what's going on, and but I wish that I could be. I guess I wish I could be Ratcatcher too, because I think she's the only character that has any sense of herself and any grounding in sort of a human sort of way. So I really like Ratcatcher too, if there's one I wanted to be.
Okay, that's it from me. Let's head on over to Aisha to end the show. Bye.
All right, here we go, guys.
Thank you so much, Sam. That was
Tell me if the audio is good. Come on,
Guys,
hurry up.
there is no
Audio is good.
place that I would
Give me a
rather
thumbs up.
be than right here with you right now in this hallowed place where we all get to come together to celebrate us, the fans, and all things DC. And I've got to pinch myself right now to make sure I'm not dreaming because we have
Here we go,
the
man.
man who is starring in the next feature film incarnation of one of DC's most popular characters of all time. We're talking more than 80 years here, guys. So ready
The
your
ones that
bodies,
you, the
because
only one you
here
guys like,
is
DC.
the Batman.
Your daddy.
Pattinson.
It's alright. Woo! They got the theme. Let's go. Boom, boom, dun, dun, dun. I really like that thing. I think it's good.
As many of you probably already know,
Patterson!
we were in the beginning stages of production when
It's good?
COVID
Alright.
hit. So now I'm
Look at my boy Patterson.
very anxious to
Quarantine cut like
get back
me.
to work and continue to form this beloved character. I've always been a massive fan. I'm not really allowed to share anything, so I'm going to hand it over to the great Matt Reeves, who's somewhere around here, and he can determine what can and can't be talked about. But I do know that if you stick around till the end, there's a cool surprise. So
Patterson does not give a living fuck about this shit. Look at him. Probably stoning shit. Boom,
Matt, I'm so excited that you're here. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
So, as Robert said,
Matt
it's
Reeves,
super
let's
early
go,
to tell us
baby.
much about the movie, but I think what's exciting about where we are with DC and with this franchise specifically is that there's been a multiverse of Batman, right? And now you're taking over this particular iteration of Batman. What made you want to tell a Batman story? I mean, this is a heavy lift. What was it that drew you to this character in this world?
Look, I love Batman, and I've loved Batman since I was a kid. And I never even imagined, when I began making movies, that I would do genre movies, because I just loved certain kinds of movies that were very character based. And it's really interesting that as I got deeper into genre, I realized that that was a way to do very emotional stories, but under the guise of these sort of great mythic tales. And in particular, what excited me, and the thing I related to in the Batman story, was that he isn't a superhero in the traditional sense. He might have a cape, but he can't fly. He's like you and me, but if he has a superpower, it's the ability to endure. And not only the ability, but the kind of compulsion. And so that idea of being that driven by your past and by the things that you can't quite resolve in yourself, like, he's a very alive character. And to me, to tell a version of Batman where, again, it wasn't about how he became Batman, but it's about the early days of how he is Batman, and he is so far from being perfect, and watch us sort of see him becoming what we all know about him and see it in new ways. I felt like that was a way to do something that hadn't been done, and that was really what I was excited to be able to do in this iteration.
You have said that all of us imagine ourselves, or have imagined ourselves to be Batman. And I know that's why I love those stories from the time I was a kid, because he didn't come from another planet, right? He doesn't have magical powers. He's just a guy that wants to do good.
And that's the thing. The other question is, what is good? One of the things that I think is interesting is learning how to be Batman. The whole idea, this is all an experiment in the movie. The idea is that we're in year 2. It's the Gotham experiment. It's a criminological experiment. He's trying to figure out sort of what he can do that can finally change this place. And in our story, as he's in that mode, that's where you meet him, and you see that he is charting what he's doing, and he's seeing that he's not having any of the effect that he wants to have yet. And that is when the murders start to happen, and then the murders begin to describe sort of the history of Gotham in a way that only reinforces what he knows about Gotham, but it opens up a whole new world of corruption that went much farther. But as that story starts to come out, without being an origin tale for him, it ends up being something that touches on his origins. So you start to see that as it starts to describe this epic history of corruption in Gotham, that you start to understand, well, where did my family sit in that? And that sense, I think all of that is a way to take a story that is a detective story, a very point of view story, a mystery. It's got, of course, action, all that kind of stuff. But at the end of it, it also is incredibly personal for him, even though it is the story in which he's trying to understand and unravel this mystery.
It's so layered. I'm really excited about it. Speaking of what we know about Gotham, you've revealed some of the characters in this story, and the casting is just extraordinary.
They're amazing. I mean, we have, Paul Dano plays a version of the Riddler that no one has ever seen before, and it's really exciting. He's such an incredibly creative actor, and so what he is doing, I think, is going to blow people's minds. And then to have, Zoe Kravitz, her iteration of Selina Kyle, like, to me, that's incredibly exciting. You have an iteration that you've never seen of what she's doing, but it touches on all these kind of iconic sort of things that people know from the comics. So it's always about trying to square what you sort of know with what also is new. And
I'm liking that.
I think the exciting sort of process
like
of
that
making
talk.
a Batman movie, which is to find a way to make it your own, and to find a way for the actors to make it their own, and yet still connect to all of these things that people also go, oh, that's my Selina. I know.
Yeah.
I guess the one thing about the Rogues Gallery is
that
it actually, in a weird way, is the origins of a lot of our Rogues Gallery characters. So, like, Selina isn't Catwoman yet. That's actually part of the journey. Oz is not yet the Kingpin that he's going to become. He's the Penguin, and in fact, doesn't like being called the Penguin.
Yeah.
And the Riddler is
Matt
just
Reeves.
emerging for the first time. So that's all incredibly exciting. And then we have, like, to have Andy Serkis, who is, I work with on the Apes movies, is one of the most beautiful actors, and he is playing an iteration of Alfred that I feel like people have never seen before, which is really exciting to share with people. And then we have an incredible, for me, like, I just think that Jeffrey Wright is just one of the great actors, and to be able to work with him in a totally new iteration of Gordon, and then we have, you know, the amazing John Turturro, who's going to be a Carmine Falcone, who, again, I think in this iteration you've never seen that version before, and how all these characters connect, I think, for me, was one of the challenges but also exciting things about the creation of the story, which is that in going on this sort of desire to solve, or the urge and the compulsion to solve this series of crimes, you touch on all of these iterations of the beginnings of these characters, so that the whole movie is like, it's like a snowball rolling. You can just feel the momentum building and building, and that's the attempt.
It's exciting to be able to talk to you in the middle of making this, you know, this incredibly rich undertaking, and you're an incredibly busy man. Not just this film. It's just announced that you're going to be working on the Gotham PD series you're developing with writer Terrence Winter. How are these two projects going to dovetail? How are the series and the film's worlds going to overlap or connect?
Yeah, totally. I mean, for me, the idea of this story was a story in which Gotham, which has this sort of depth of corruption, and then the idea that we could actually do a series that is going deeper into an aspect of it, which in this case is the corrupt police department, the corrupt inner workings of the city, and the way we're going to do the series, which is, I mean, I'm incredible. I mean, Terrence Winter is just like an incredible writer. So the idea that we got him to do this, I mean, just is literally a dream. And the idea is we go back to year one, and year one is the beginning of the emergence. It's the first appearance of this masked vigilante that starts to unsettle the city, and you start to see the story through the point of view of these corrupt cops, and one in particular, and the story is actually a battle for his soul. And he's a cop over generations, and the history of corruption in Gotham is enormous and goes back many years, and the story is like, as you realize that there's this myth building in the background, you're actually in a new place where you've never seen these characters before, some of which we'll touch on that you may have seen from the comics, but others totally new. Then you can go down an avenue and go into detail that you couldn't do in a movie, and to go into these sort of rich places and meet entirely new characters that Terrence is going to create. And I'm incredibly excited about it.
That's awesome. I mean, like I said, it just dimensionalizes that multiverse that much more and adds that much more depth to it. Now, as you know, Matt, here in the DC Fandome, it's not just a celebration of all the superheroes and the villains that we love, but most importantly, it's a celebration of the fans. So we have some questions for you straight from the fanverse, okay?
Okay, cool.
Here we go. All right, this question comes from Arvin in the UAE, and he asks, when it comes to costume design and the collaboration processes behind it, to what extent were stars able to implement their own influence within the design?
That's a good question. You know, actually quite a bit. I mean, we have, of course, an incredible costume designer, Jacqueline Duran, and the bat suit was designed by Glyn Dillon, and they're geniuses. I mean, it's great to work with them, but one of the things that's really important is being able to work with the actors. Like Rob had a very important part in designing the suit, in that he had to be able to wear it, he had to be able to fight in it. And one of the things about this bat suit is that it's very practical. The whole idea is that he's made it himself. And so we needed to be able to sort of see how it would fit on him in these ways that he could move, but also looked like it was something that was still evolving. And even the idea of the story, he's in year 2, so he's been wearing it. So like, he goes every night looking for trouble. So you look at his cowl and you can actually see there are gashes in it. And all of that detail was an incredibly exciting sort of dialogue between me and the costume designers, and then having Rob involved. And so, yeah, I mean, the actors have a lot to do, because you always do a dialogue with everyone so that we can arrive at the thing that feels the most grounded, the most honest, and the most character-based.
I'm just hoping everybody got pockets.
You know what? I will tell you this. One of the big things that Rob actually talked to Christian Bale, and Christian Bale was like, just make sure you're going to be able to relieve yourself. So all of that sort of was actually part of what was important to build into it, which is like, okay, he needs to be able to put it on. He also needs to be able to live as a human being.
Okay, here's a video question from Pedro in Brazil.
Hi, oh my God, my heart is beating. I'm freaking nervous as hell.
And I believe that one of the most important things about the whole Batman mythology is not just the characters such as Batman or the Joker, it's Gotham City itself. So I wanted to ask you, what should we fans expect to see from Gotham City in this film?
That's a good question. I like that.
You're absolutely right. Like, it's just as important as any of the Rogues Gallery. It's sort of like the nature of what this place is and the history of it is critically important to our story. And one of the things that I really wanted to do, because it is the center of this story, especially the history of corruption in the city, was I wanted to present it in a way that was really fleshed out. I wanted it to feel like an American city you'd never been to. I mean, other iterations have, you know, obviously the Burton one had very, very theatrical, beautiful, beautiful sets. And Nolan had the version that he created in Batman Begins, and that was a particular thing. And then parts of Chicago and parts of Pittsburgh. And what we're trying to do is create a version of it that you haven't seen before. So some of the locations that we've chosen, the idea is to take, let's say there's like we have like a Gotham Square. So that's like Times Square, right? Now if we shot it in Times Square, then you'd be like, oh, I guess Gotham is New York. But in our case, it's actually going to be Liverpool. And the idea is to go to Liverpool where there's all the sort of the foundation of the Gothic architecture and then add all of the more modern structures through CG, but in a way that you're going to, when you see the movie, now that I've blown it, of course I've told you what it is, but you'll be like, hey, where's that city? Where did they shoot? And so the aspect of Gotham and realizing it has been, for me, one of the great pleasures in getting to mount the movie.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Evla from Germany says, it's already known that the movie is going to explore Bruce's second year as Batman. How do the citizens of Gotham perceive the vigilante?
Oh, that's a good question. Because it's still early and because he is a vigilante, which means he takes the law into his own hands. I mean, if you were in a city and there was a guy who dressed up as a bat and showed up out of the shadows and sometimes confronted those people and beat them up because he felt what they were doing was wrong so that he could sort of put the fear of God in them about the crimes that they're committing, I think we would wonder, well, gee, that guy sounds a little dangerous. He's not yet the vision of the character that he becomes, where he becomes a symbol of hope for the city. He's earlier in the trajectory, and so they're afraid of him, frankly. He's kind of a growing legend. I think there are some people who are wondering, does he exist? How exactly does he exist? And that legend is building day by day and has been since he made his first appearance about a year and a half ago as we were in year 2. So yeah, the public is afraid of him. I mean, that's one of the things I think that he will confront in the course of the story, and that Rob has to sort of deal with in playing the character, which is the idea of how he's perceived.
And speaking of Rob, Aditya in Indonesia has a video question.
What was the best part of Robert Pattinson that he was chosen as the new Batman?
I mean, the thing about Robert Pattinson is he's an incredible actor. I feel like the work that he's done in the last, I don't know, 6 years has been incredible. Like a friend of mine made a movie called Lost City of Z, and Rob appeared in that movie, and I was like, who is that guy? He had just such charisma, and Rob in the movie has this incredible beard, and you're like, who is that? And it's Rob, and Rob in The Rover, and Rob in Good Time. He is like a chameleon, and he's just such a gifted actor, and he's been working on his craft in this really incredible way, and he also happens to be a tremendous, passionate sort of fan of Batman the way that I am, and so it was an incredible thing to be able to connect with him and to share our excitement about the character and to work with him. I mean, you know, he looks like Batman, but more than anything, he has the soul of someone, I think, that can play a Batman like you've never seen before.
Andy from Australia asks, how long did it take to build the Batsuit, Batmobile, and Batbike? And did you have to build a set to create the Batcave?
You know, it's funny. It's like stepping into your childhood in a certain way, because you know, obviously the first thing you have to do is you have to craft a story that you think is worthy of the character. But then once you've done that and it becomes like, oh yeah, we're making this movie, one of the things you have to do is you have to design a Batsuit. You have to design a Batmobile. You have to have a Batcave. You have to have Batbikes, all of the things that he's going to have. And so, you know, for me, that's been one of the exciting things, and that happened even before we were quite done with the last iteration of the script. You know, we'd already gone through passes, and it was quite clear what the vision of the world was being. While I'm writing, I actually already have a production designer on, and so he would be sending, as I'm writing scenes, I might send stuff to James, and he's like, oh, well, what about this for a Batcave? And so, yes, we had to build a set for it. But I think it's an incredibly original and different set. I think it's going to be really fun for the audience to discover what version of exactly this Batcave is going to be. The Batmobile and the Batsuit, they took a long time. You know, I mean, Glenn came on quite early, and we worked in the designing of it, again, as I was writing, and the idea of him being able to fight in it. And so they started illustrating, and I'd say we spent easily a year to do the Batsuit and then to get into the Batmobile, and that, of course, that part's a dream. I mean, you know, the idea of getting to do your own version of the Batmobile is like, you're just kind of like, What? That's the incredible candy, right? Like the telling of a story is the hard work and trying to make sure that you're doing the right thing. And then when you get to dive into the idea of this car that, again, feels connected to this version of the character, a grounded version of the character, this is something that he built, and to try and look at those kind of rough seams and imagine how all that works, it's been an incredible sort of gift to be able to do that.
So much fun. Alejo from Argentina asks, what will be the main difference between this Batman and the other incarnations from previous films?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I think, you know, as we said, it's not an origin tale, and you're meeting him in the early days. And for me, what's really important about this iteration is that, you know, a lot of the other stories are very much about how he had to master his fear and master himself in order to become Batman, and that in that Batman state, he's sort of in his best self. And I think for me, what was exciting was not doing that, not doing the origin, not doing what we'd seen done so beautifully in other movies, but instead to meet him in the middle of this criminological experiment, to see him in the becoming of Batman, and to see him make mistakes as Batman, and to see him grow and fail and be heroic, do all of the things that we associate with Batman, but in a way that felt very human and very flawed. The biggest fantasy, of course, as a kid would have been to be Batman. And so the idea of putting the audience in the shoes of that character and make the audience feel the way that he feels, I think that, to me, I hope is what's different about what we're doing, is to try and do it in exactly that sort of manner. And then,
let's
of course,
let's wrap it up. Come on, I need this trailer, man.
History
I
of
like
the comics,
it. I like it.
Being the world's greatest detective and how he got there. You know, those things have been touched on, but I don't know that they've been as central to the plot as they are in this particular Batman. So there's a lot of things I hope that will be totally different.
Cliff from Australia asks, what's one deep cut comic fans might be surprised to see has inspired the Batman?
You know, for me, because I wanted to get into the mindset of the character and I wanted to think of the psychology, for me, I think one of the cool deep dive ones was Darwin Cook's ego. He's confronting the beast that is Batman, and it's kind of, there's a kind of duality. I mean, there's a lot in what, you know, I was trying to do in the story about him confronting the shadow side of himself. The degree to which you have self-knowledge, you're able to understand your motivations, but he's broken, Batman. So while he's doing all of these things for the reasons that he thinks is right and that have a heroic sort of grounding in them, there's also many things that are driven by the parts of himself he doesn't yet know. And so I would say that that kind of sort of psychological Jungian shadow side, that sort of version of it is very much connected to that vision from Darwin Cook from Ego.
Yosef from Bolivia says,
God.
Which non-Batman movie were Matt Reeves, yours, inspiration for the Batman?
Oh, well, because the movie is a detective story, because it is a thriller in the sort of cop world, and because it's about corruption, we're treating this Batman story as if this could have happened. I mean, the idea is that, as I said, Batman doesn't have this sort of the ability to have sort of super heroic powers. He just has super heroic focus and super heroic drive. And so, for me, you know, a lot of movies like Chinatown was a key one, because Chinatown, Jake Gittes, in investigating that sort of the series of crimes that were part of that story, he discovers the depth of corruption in Los Angeles. And so in that way, it's like a classic noir. And that's very much this series of murders that Batman is investigating are very much in that mode. So Chinatown was a really big one. And that idea of that kind of gritty, flawed, this humanity of it, that was very much inspired by those kinds of movies, by like French Connection and other sort of cop movies like that. I would say even a movie like Taxi Driver, the description of a place and very much getting inside of somebody's head. And I guess a lot of really sort of 70s street grounded stories.
So, Matt, one of the exciting things about the Batman as a character is that he's so layered and so kind of intense that you can dip into his life at different points, and none of these different characters, these different iterations of the Batman or Gotham or the entire kind of Batman universe as it was, will tread on the ground that others have already covered.
Oh, totally. I mean, for me, that's exciting. Like the idea of the history of Batman, like just the idea of the actors who have played Batman, like Adam West, when I was a kid, like Adam West, that was like, when I was 5 and watching him as Batman, like that blew my mind. I wanted to be Batman so badly. And then I remember when I was a little bit older and then Keaton came onto the scene with the Burton movie, I was so excited they were gonna do a theatrical version of that. And then the iterations that have followed, like so many incredible people. I mean, Bale was amazing. I mean, incredible. Everything that Chris Nolan was is astonishing. And I personally, I love Ben Affleck as Batman. I thought he was incredible. Like an iteration again that we hadn't seen. So like, in fact, I'm really excited because I know that they've got Zack is going to be doing the
Thank you for stopping by the stream. I really appreciate you guys.
Cut of his that he didn't
Shout out
get
to
to
you
do
guys.
originally, and now he's getting to do it, and I can't wait to see that. So for me, the idea that
Shout out to you guys. You guys are the real ones.
First of all,
Make sure you guys like, subscribe.
That is an incredible thing, and I
I
do
am
think
nervous
that's one of the things.
to the
It's kind of like
extreme.
the comics. You know, when you look at the comics, there are so many iterations of Batmans. There are so many different people's Batmans. There's Neil Adams' Batman. There's, you know, of course, there's Bob Kane and Bill Finger's Batman.
I gotta go to the
there's
restroom.
Frank Miller's Batman. There's so many Batmans, and so. To me, that's one of the joys of being in the kind of comic book world.
So
is to
being
try
nervous
say,
and
hey, what
needing
can we
to go to
do
take a piss
to
is
put
not a
our
good
spin on
combination.
this so that people can find a new way of looking at that character that they love.
I remember when the Dark Knight graphic novels came out when I was a kid. What a radical departure that felt like. How exciting
This has
that
to be
was.
good, man.
But it didn't erase all the ways that I had connected with that character previously. It just made the world richer and, you know, more exciting. So,
yeah, totally. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, it's the strange thing.
Love Matt Reeves'
wanting to
passion.
be
You
able
can
to
tell he's a
find
real
way
fan.
To come at it in some
He
new
understands
way, and
Batman.
It has to be connected to that
That's
thing
a good
that
thing.
you love. And that, for me, being part of that history and being part of all of that is sort of almost unbelievable. You can't. You have to pinch yourself.
So, Matt, before we wrap up, I think that what the fans really want is to get just even a tiny glimpse of what the film is going to look like.
Here we go.
You know, this is a fan experience. I'm hoping you brought us something we
Here
can
we
share.
go.
It's Fandome, and you know, having
Facts.
been to Comic-Con and all of that, I know you don't come without anything.
Here we go.
And you know, look, we've only shot 25% of the movie, 30% of the movie, so there's. So
I don't care. We need it now. Let's
no
go.
way that I could come here and not bring a look at the movie. So yeah, I'm incredibly excited to share.
Here we go,
the
boys.
First tease of
We're
our
going
movie,
in.
and I hope you guys like it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's real. The leak.
From your secret friend. Who? Having a clue. Let's play a game. Just me and you. Any of this mean anything to you?
Woo! Let's go! That's in! That's too tight.
You're becoming quite a celebrity. Why is he writing to you?
Yo!
If you are justice, please do not lie. What is the price?
Bro!
The hell are you supposed to be?
Woo! Let's go!
I'm vengeance.
That's in! Fuck Ben Affleck!
This guy's crazy.
You're part of this too.
How am I part of it?
You'll see.
I'm so excited for this film. It's amazing that you only shot, you know, a quarter of it, and it's already feels so robust and intricate, and I can't wait to see the finished product. Thank you so much for being here with me and with all the fans around the world who are so excited for this film. I know I speak for them when I say that we are all super pumped for the Batman.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you. It's
Bruh, I'm about to cry right now.
I'm really excited that we're going to get back to making this movie. So
Freaking love Batman.
Guys,
Robert Pattinson, I've been defending you, man.
Around the world.
You're a great actor.
To DC, and honestly, for being the inspiration.
I love you, man. That suit looks tight.
Would not be here if it wasn't.
The action is gonna be there.
Awesome. And for those of you
and Matt Reeves understands Batman. Snyder, don't get Batman.
In just a minute. That is right. The same amazing programming and this incredible Hall of Heroes coming your way. So if you took a bathroom break and missed even a minute, do not move because the show is going to go on again.
That shit was tight. The Batman is about to be the best fucking movie of this decade. Dark Knight, watch out.
Submissions and cosplay costumes sent in by you, the fans. On behalf of all hosts from around the world, I'm Aisha Tyler, here with my co-host saying thank you so much for watching. And if you're just joining us, there's so much more ahead. So stay right there.
It's everything I want it to be and more. The comic. Hold up, guys. The comic-y type feel with that realistic stuff that was missing in a Dark Knight. Love Dark Knight, love Christian Bale, but that was missing, and we are getting that. The movie feels raw, it feels dark, it feels real. When Batman walked up and he's like, "Do you know who this?" Bro, that suit looked real. It didn't look fake. It did not look fake. Grounded as fuck. Shit was awesome. Suspect had their face covered and looks like the villains are targeting Batman. Hush. Could be. I'm thinking it's Riddler because throughout the movie, Paul Dano's Riddler was kind of like narrating and killing people. So he has a connection with Batman. But bro, countless of arguments getting to fans about why Ben Affleck Batman is not that good of a Batman. Simple as this. Batman don't kill. And this Batman looks like he has morals and depth. That Ben Affleck Batman, Snyder fans, is a freaking Power Rangers Batman. All glitz and glamours, but no freaking morals. All candy, no meal. When you eat candy, does it fill you up? No. When you eat a dinner, does it fill you up? Yes. That's a dinner. And that's a raw cooked dinner. Matt Reeves about to drop a bomb on you bitches. This shit about to be lit. I'm going to be promoting this movie. My whole channel is going to be about Batman. Love Batman, and they're taking it to the next level and adding that extra shit. Tell me what you guys think. I'll be right back. Gotta go take my piss. Alright guys, I'm back. So we're gonna wait. Let me actually do something real quick. Let's actually stop this. We're going to wait for my boy Andrew to come on. He gets out at this time, so hopefully he can come on by now. So hopefully you guys can stay tuned. If you guys decide to leave, that's fine. We're still gonna have our post-show talk because it does mean a lot to us. Yeah. Riddler was the real villain of the storyline. Hush. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, they try to. I know the backstory, how they try to. Riddler wasn't cool enough, so they try to make him to Hush. So I could kind of see that. That trailer reaction was lit. I was really into it. Man, DC Fandome been the whole thing been a disappointment, and I was really looking forward to stuff. But you know what, man? Fuck DC. They don't give me what I want. They don't give me what I want. That's Superman. That's fine. They give us Super Batman. That's fine. But man, anything else doesn't matter. The Snyder Cut don't matter. This matters. This matters more, okay? Because Matt Reeves is building his own universe, his own Batman cinematic universe. You know, why not? How about this, DC? How about you get Matt Reeves to run your president operation? Walter Hamada ain't doing anything. He's just sitting back there, not really saying much. You know, had a whole opportunity to reveal a shit ton of movies. Nah, didn't feel like it, and that's the thing I don't like. I did not like that at all. I did not like that he just sat back there and didn't say a goddamn word, and I did not like that. So very disappointing. And with Batfleck, bro, I've been saying for the longest, he is cool looking, he is candy, but he ain't there's no real depth to him. This Batman looked like he has depth. And that's the crazy thing about it. So hopefully you two don't shut us down. Hopefully we can get Andrew in here quick as possible and get this shit wrapped up. Let me actually I'm gonna put your guys' comments on the screen. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the people who join. We're gonna watch the trailer again. That shit was hype. Hold up, guys. Give me a sec. Give me a second. You know what, guys? We're gonna come back later. We're gonna have a post-show talk. Alright? So thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to join our post-show talk, because I don't know how long Andrew's gonna take, we'll do that because I need to get this shit set up. So yeah, man. Thank you guys for the stream. Shout out to everyone. And hopefully I can see you there in the post-show talk, because that's good. This is gonna be the final last stream for a while. Alright, guys. See ya.